that went to state and then going deep into the playoffs every year, and then kind of did the same thing here at Allen. His first year at Allen, they were coming off a pretty rough season, and then immediately turning it around. Now number 6 ranked in the state, and I think that does.
Get ready for a special Chaz Media presentation of Allen men's basketball brought to you by Alliance Bank. It's a face-off of 2 top teams in the state as Texas commit Nick Cody leads his team into Allen to face off against a top 10 opponent.
Who comes away with the win tonight? Do the Allen Eagles defend home court, or does Nick Cody prove again why he's the #1 recruit in the state of Texas?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us here on Chad's Media for a very special presentation brought to you by Alliance Bank. We have a great night of Texas high school basketball where we have one of the best teams in the state, the number 6 ranked Allen Eagles, going up against Newman Smith and one of the best players not only in the state but in the entire nation, and Nick Cody. So it should be an incredible matchup. For those of you joining us, I'm Tyler Lennon. I'm joined by one of my favorite players I've gotten to cover, a man who's currently playing at DBU, Justin Haire. Justin, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Just glad to get the invite to come here and talk with y'all and analyze this game, and also get to watch a good game between the #1 recruit and this, of course, my previous coach's career and this team he's built that is phenomenal.
Right, yeah, that's one of the things I want to mention for anyone that doesn't know. Justin did play for Coach Cipolletta, so obviously bringing a very unique perspective from that standpoint. And then being a college basketball player, you obviously have a lot of experience going up against guys like Nick Cody. If you don't mind, I kind of want to start there. I think obviously there will be a lot of people tuning in to see Allen, but there will be equally as many people tuning in to see him. What is it like in your experience going against a player who is a very highly touted recruit, someone who's going to Texas?
Yeah. Well, my experience, Sip would always find, let's just say, like, his disadvantages. But as a person, you got to be able, or as a player, you can't let that 5-star committed to Texas like put fear in you.
Right.
You got to understand he's a human too, and you can stop him as well. So being able just to play your game, but play tough in front of him and not let his, let's just say it, like ego or his status in social media or whatever take over, and then make you play with fear.
Is that a little bit tough to do as a player? Because I will say one of the things that you were best at, why you were one of my favorite players to cover, is you were just very much a team guy, a defensive guy, someone that didn't let things like that kind of get to you, and I think you helped your teammates out a lot. But do you think that does get to certain players, knowing that he's getting that level of attention and he's, regarded that highly?
I think it does. I mean, from past experiences, I know teams not necessarily afraid to play him, but they'll try to – some guys will think like, hey, this is my chance, I'll be seen because this guy's got so much recruitment going on and so much scouts coming in to watch him. So it's also being a thing of being able to keep people under control and make them play their game and not get out and start to try and be a star in front of everyone else.
So for anyone that doesn't know, we still got a little bit of time during this pregame show. The girls' game is still going on there, going into the 4th quarter, which gives Justin and I a little bit of time to not only continue to talk about these teams, but start getting into more specifics as well. Again, we kind of already mentioned it, but you are somebody who has played for Coach Cipolletta back at Sulphur Springs. What was your experience playing for him like? Because, I mean, for anyone that doesn't know, if you're tuning in and don't know much about Allen or much about him, this is a man who's still pretty early into his career and has gone to multiple different schools now. When he started at Sulphur Springs, it was not a basketball program, and it hadn't been for a while, and almost immediately he turns it into one. He took your team, or y'all went to state, and then even after that, just constantly being ranked in the top 25 and the top 10, constantly making deep playoff runs. And then he comes here to Allen and does essentially the same thing. They had a down year or two, and then almost immediately they're turning around, ranked number 6 in the state right now. What was your experience like playing for Coach Sip?
I mean, it was great. He's a great coach. He would put in the hours to make us successful. I mean, we'd get home from away games, and he'd go in there and watch film for I don't know how long. I remember Coach was talking about being there till like 12, 1 in the morning, which is insane because, I mean, Sip has a family. A lot of these other guys had families, but he was so dedicated to us. But at the same time, he built such a great community and a team behind us. Like, we were big-time family guys. Like, he always preached we were there for each other.
Right.
Sip was like a second dad to me. He always had my back, and he always was focusing on those relationships, which I also think helps build a team up.
Yeah, he very much, I think one of his biggest strengths, I mean, he's a great coach. He's a great in-game coach, I feel like, but one of his maybe biggest strengths is exactly what you're saying, kind of building a culture, building what feels like a family. I mean, even people who, like myself, just covering them, like it's pretty easy to see from the outside looking in. Starting to look at this Allen team, ranked number 6 in the state right now. They're 12-3. They had the number 1 strength of schedule in the entire state, and their 3 losses were to number 2 ranked Stony Point, number 3 ranked Plano East, and number 5 ranked North Crowley. Obviously, those are coming from tournaments and things like that, but it was kind of the same way when y'all are at Sulphur Springs. He very much is wanting to play the best competition possible early in the year, I feel like.
He did. I mean, the only way to be prepared for those late playoff runs is to play the best teams in the beginning. I mean, that's what you got to go find. I know there's several teams on this that have multiple recruits. Texas is a big-time place for recruits for basketball, football, you name it. Athletics here is a big deal, but finding the best teams to play against will prepare you for those long runs in the playoffs.
One of the things I want to get into is I feel like it's still similar to what it was when you played for Coach Cipolletta, but kind of their style of basketball. Looking at their team, I mean, they have 4 different guys that are averaging double digits a game. I believe we're going to see them probably play full court pressure a lot. Very, very heavy on defense. What was it like when you were playing for Coach Cipolletta?
When we played, we weren't necessarily, we'd have presses and things, but he'd always do it to our style of who we had. And we were a half-court team, which we were very efficient in the half-court. But like you're saying, he's playing right now. He's got very athletic guys on his team, guys who can get out and run. Very athletic, as I said before, just be able to get above the rim, be able to get those steals. But they also have very good fundamental shooters. I know they had a guy, can't remember his name, but they posted it about him. And he's 27 of 60 from the three-point line, which is incredible for a high schooler.
Right. We'll go ahead and start getting into specifics a little bit. We do know what tonight's starting lineup is going to be, so we're going to start looking at some of those guys. Taking a look at point guard, the smallest man on the floor, but a sophomore, plays incredibly hard. Neo Lawrence, a great shooter and leads the team in assists. I feel like, did y'all have a player like that on your team? Someone that was really I'm having a hard time thinking of like just one guy who is really the main assist guy. But
trying to think, the only person I could think of like in a defensive standpoint is Jeremiah Rowland, because I mean he would come in and play defense. He wasn't necessarily a scorer, but he would do what it took to win. I mean, wasn't the biggest guy on the floor,
right?
But he'd still do whatever it took.
I gotta say, as a sophomore at a school this big, I think especially that, you know, if I can find my role, whatever it takes to get me more minutes and to get me to be a bigger part of this team, I love to see that. I believe he was even on varsity last year as a freshman. And again, this is, you know, that might happen a little bit at 4As and 5As. Even that's rare, but at a 6A, that's rare.
Yeah, being a freshman on varsity is very rare. Sip put me on varsity. I didn't get very minutes. I think he played probably more than I did when I was a freshman, which, I mean, good thing for him because I've been in an open gym with him. He is very good.
Nice.
He does accept his role very well, and he plays it to a T. And he's just a great player from there. You got to accept your role like you were saying and just play through it.
The next guy I want to talk about, junior Trent Payne, averaging 10.5 points per game. Like I said, there's 4 guys in double digits. He's one of them, shooting 37% from 3. And I believe he's just a bit of a do-it-all guy. I believe he's ranked 30 or 35 in the junior class of this year. And getting to see him earlier, just seeing highlights throughout the course of the season, but seeing them warm up earlier, he looks like he can do a little bit of all of it, and I'm very excited to see him tonight.
Yeah, I mean, being athletic and being able to shoot is something good. I mean, he can get above the rim, so you have to respect it both. He can do it on the drive, and he can shoot it. So it's really hard for a team. As at DBU, we call that a Kobe closeout because you don't know what he's going to do. If he can put it on the floor or shoot it. So you got to be able to close out tight, which makes it very hard for a defender to judge what he should do in the situation. Up
next, we got Caden Myers. He is currently leading the team, almost 13 points per game. He's shooting 45% from 3, and it's on 3 or 4 attempts per game, so that's a large sample size. How do you go about trying to stop somebody that's that good of a shooter but can also drive and do other things?
I mean, clearly you can't give him space. You got to close out, maybe run him off the line. I haven't watched too much, but I don't know if how good he is on the floor. I'm sure he's in SIP's program. He's got to be able to do it all probably.
Right.
He can at least put it on the ground to make something happen. But being able to shoot 45% from 3 is an incredible stat and just makes the team have to really respect you and they can't help on drives.
We've also got Arinze Ubawiki. He, from what I've heard this year, it hasn't gotten off to quite the start that he would like to, but a great 3-and-D guy, someone who brings a lot of energy, a lot of hustle. And from what I've heard, and we'll talk about more of this in a second, but this is a team that's probably going to be rotating a lot in and out. So having a guy that can just give you that level of effort on defense, I feel like is huge, especially for a team that scores as many points as they do.
For sure. I mean, you need that guy. You need that one dude who will lock in and be that guy for you on the defensive end, be that leader. So just be able to hold the ball down, be able to be the general on the floor and tell everyone where to go and what to do at the time and be able to help lead that defense to a stop.
And then finally, we've got DJ Thomas. He's the big of this lineup, 10.5 points per game, also leads the team in rebounds per game. And something that you'll be able to talk to us a little bit about, I believe they did it when you were playing for Coach Sip as well, but their starting lineup changes a lot. It's based, I believe, on practice that week, correct? Can you tell us a little bit about that system?
So Sip likes to analyze practice. He likes to see how you compete in practice because sometimes people slack off in practice, and I understand that's not – you want to take it easy sometimes, but practice is structured to be like a game scenario. So you want to go hard all the time, and that's how you earn your starting spot. You got to do everything right. I know we have a point system when I was in high school. I'm sure he has it here. But, I mean, it makes you fight for it for sure.
Yeah, Coach Manning was walking me through that a little bit earlier in the week when I was getting to talk to him. And I really do like that because I think, especially at the higher and higher levels you get, you would think just from the outside looking in it's going to be very consistent. You're going to want as much consistency as possible. But like you're saying, that makes you work every single day. Every single day in practice, you're constantly having to fight to keep that spot. I like that a lot.
Yeah, we do the same thing at DBU. We call it 2K ratings. They take it, our defensive 95, offensive 95, add them all up, and then depending on what you get, plus, minus, that puts your 2K rating on the board.
I like that. I like that a lot. Getting into Newman Smith a little bit, this is a team that's scoring about 60 points per game, but 45 of those are coming from either transition, off of turnovers, or second chance points. When you're going up against a team like that, I feel like it makes it tough because they're going to be trying to force you to create or to force turnovers the entire game. How do you go out of your way to just kind of slow that down a little bit and control the pace of the game?
I mean, you just got to be confident in your point guards, but you also got to bring help. So guys got to be watching on the backside if there's a trap coming to be able to rotate up and put that defense in a cycle to where they have to go and try and cover everybody. Opens up men, and then you'll be able to get down the floor easier. But you got to be able to recognize the traps coming, not go into bad spots as the corners. Like, that's an extra defender. You don't want to be in that spot when you're getting trapped, but just being able to see the traps coming, recognizing it, and just being strong with the ball.
Justin, I got to tell you, man, this is obviously here at Chaz Media, we've gotten to be in this gym, in this arena a handful of times, getting to do some different like media day stuff and things like that. But this is an incredible place to get to play a game of basketball, especially for high schoolers, man. In your career, how many gyms or arenas have you played in that are like on this level, you think?
Actually, I got to play here. Well, I didn't get to play here. My senior year was invited to the In-N-Out Burger Invitational, but sadly I got COVID, so we played here. I got to watch a game, but I would say Mansfield ISD has some great gyms. Birdville, we played in their Coliseum, which was an amazing. It was like a college stadium, but I would say this is probably one of the best just connected to a school necessarily, not just an ISD. To one school that is theirs, their gym is this is probably the best one.
Yeah, this place is amazing. Obviously, again, people are going to be definitely wanting to get a look at Nick Cody tonight. From what I've seen just through the highlights and everything, he looks like very strong, very big, very athletic. Probably someone who, again, they as a team like to score in transition and everything. What do you think we can expect to see from him tonight offensively?
Offensively, I would imagine seeing post-ups. As you said, I haven't seen much film on him. We're busy in our season, but from the highlights I've seen, he's very athletic, can get above the rim when he wants. Watch for transition, alley-oops, just being athletic in transition. Down low in the post, I think he has a little bit of a post game. I haven't seen too much, so I'm not going to say too much on that.
He does appear to have a bit of a post game, especially against smaller guys.
Yeah, so then if he's a smaller guy, I would imagine he takes advantage of that. He gets down there, makes sure that his teammates gives him the ball, so he has a good opportunity in there to either score or make a play happen for someone else. But
one of the big things for Allen is their depth. There's nights where they're playing 12 guys a night, and I think they have 3 or 4 bigs. Do you think we'll see them constantly rotating in and out? And especially, how big could that be if you do start to get in a little bit of foul trouble knowing you've got another guy or two behind them?
I'd imagine so. I mean, you don't want to risk everyone getting their foul calls in. So if you're starting big, it's one foul. I'd imagine they rotate another guy in just to see how well he can do against him and keep that trend going just to make sure no one gets too many fouls going at the same time. And so they have to sit out the remainder of the half or just that quarter necessarily. But just to keep him out of foul trouble, I imagine they rotate him pretty fluently through just to make sure that he's not getting easy looks and having to change how he plays against certain guys because everyone's different on how they defend. But
Justin, we got an incredible game going on here in front of us.
Yeah.
Allen leading by 4 with 3:45 left. And again, we also have gotten to see this Lady Eagles team a handful of times. Number 12, Mahogany. She's one of my favorites. She apparently, during our media day, was the one controlling the music. It was a lot of 90s R&B, so obviously I'm biased.
Oh, okay.
Was a big fan of that. And she's balling right now, so love to see that. One of the things I did want to ask you, we keep talking about a player, of the stature of Nick Cody. Who, off the top of your head, can you think of any guys that you would say was the best or the most highly regarded players that you've gotten to go up against?
Getting to go up against or play with?
Oh, I'll take either or, yeah.
So I'd say Nick Cody. Someone like him, I played with a guy named Zuby, which I played against him one time and I played with him. But Zuby, I don't know how to say his last name. It's like a Jefferon or something. He played at Garland. He's a 6'9" power forward. He was about 225. Big. He looked like a man. But he went to Kansas out of high school.
Oh, wow.
But the depth there, he ended up transferring to St. John's. But AAU.
Still.
Yeah, still. It's high major. He's playing good right now. I could see the same. He was more in the post, but he could step out, hit the threes. He could handle the ball. He was freaky athletic. He dunked on one dude, Robert Jennings, big-time recruit, plays at Texas Tech right now. I've never seen a dunk like that before. He
really
got off rebound. One dribble just over him, and Robert Jennings is like 6'7", 6'8". So very impressive. He's just a freak athlete. That's what I would imagine he'd be like in this scenario. So it'll be interesting to see.
We got a great student section over here tonight as well. That's one of the things at Sulphur Springs in your time, always had great student sections. How much does that play a role in the game, and do y'all kind of feed off of that?
Oh, it definitely plays a big role. As long as they're going to be talking smack to the other team, and they're going to be cheering you up at the same time.
Right.
So you can feed off that energy, and then of course it's throwing off the other team's energy as well. If they're really talking smack to them, and then you can just feed off that energy. And as you can see, it's just filling up right now. So I'm sure there'll be a whole lot more. I've seen videos where the whole thing's packed. So we'll see, but I'm sure this is helping the Allen Lady Eagles push through to keep this league going on.
Yeah, you and I might have a hard time just hearing each other if this place keeps filling out. I did want to ask on the flip side of that, when you're on the road at a tough place to play, how much tougher does that make it, or are you pretty good at being able to kind of just block that out?
Personally, I don't. Trash talk's not my thing, so I don't talk either. People talking to me, it just makes me laugh, which might not be the best. It kind of upsets them a little more. But that's what a guy last night, he was talking trash to me, but all I could do was laugh. But
you're like, this isn't facing me at all.
Yeah, no, I'm like, it's just, if you let it, it's just always a mental game. Everyone's different at the same time. But trash talk's not, to me, if you can handle it and just play through it, then you'll be okay.
Have there been any guys that really got under your skin though?
I wouldn't say they got under my skin, but I have been scared a couple times.
Really?
Yes, Longview, when we played my junior year, the guy, I don't know what the coach told him to do, but he posted up in the middle of the game and said he wanted to fight me right there. So I got a little nervous.
Really?
But he apologized after the game and said, sorry, I just went into mode. But
was this at home or on the road?
On the road. He was nice to me at home, but on the road he was different there. But
at their place?
Yeah, he was acting a little different.
It's a little bit more confident
at
their place.
But he was a good guy. He plays at Alabama, Birmingham, I think, or that's at least where he went out of high school to play football. So hope he's doing well. He was nice to me afterwards, and that's all that matters. Sportsmanship at the end.
Getting close to this game winding down, 1:40 here. Obviously, in between games, we will go to a break for just a minute. But before we do, again, talking about your experience with Coach Cipolletta and Coach Manning and these guys, you had some very deep, very great playoff runs. Do you have any 1 or 2 or 3 moments that really stick out as your favorite moment from playing for these guys?
Playing for them, I would probably say, of course, State. You can't leave that one out.
Right.
Part of a great team. There's, I don't know, couldn't count how many D1 guys. At least 3. And then, we got another one, Cam, there.
Yeah.
He's D2, but, he's killing it at that level. So, very great team. That's a lot of my success is probably due to being able to play against those guys. But getting 3rd place in the Whataburger tournament, that was a big-time win for us my sophomore year. It was kind of funny because someone asked us how many games we lost. We said 1, and he was like, y'all got 3rd place. It's just how it works. Great teams in that tournament, great teams in Mansfield. I saw they just won that one.
Yeah.
That's always a fun tournament. But then I would probably say junior year, this might sound a little selfish, but playing Midlothian, even though we lost, it was probably one of the best offensive games I've had.
I very much remember that game.
Yeah, I had, I think y'all said 18 or something in the first half.
Yes, I believe so.
So I would say that's probably one of my highlights, but I would probably to add on to that, probably the revenge my senior year, being able to go and beat them by 20 or however much we did at Forney was just a great feeling to kind of get that back from losing the year prior. So,
man, I'm excited for this matchup tonight. Again, just following along and keeping up with them the best we can. I think this is an Allen team that very much has a chance to make a deep playoff run. And everything I'm seeing on social media and from outside experts, people that don't cover this team but that cover all of Texas high school basketball, they very much seem to think so as well. How does it change? Because you've been a part of that as well. You kind of are a team that's up on the rise, and now suddenly you're a team that has a lot of expectations from outside sources. How tough is that, or do you just, again, try to block it out?
I mean, you got to try and block it out. I always did, but, I mean, there's always going to be a little bit that
Kids are definitely checking
there.
the social media
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
though.
no, they're definitely checking. You just got to stay focused on what you want and what y'all's goals are. I mean, you got to stay with your team. Don't start focusing on yourself. I know sometimes social media will help make you want to do something to make yourself be seen, like I was saying earlier with the hype behind Nick Cody, but just being able to stay focused. And, I mean, it's okay to look at it sometimes, but make sure you block it out when you're on the floor.
Do you even have social media?
I do actually
Okay,
have social
okay.
media, yes.
I very much assumed you were the teammate that's like, hey, y'all stop. Get off of there. Get off Twitter. Get off whatever.
It depends. It depends on how focused we are in the moment.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I do get a little frustrated with how we act before a game with the social media and things, and then getting caught up with it at the end, and that's what we're worried about. Sometimes I feel like that's a little aggravating. I'm more of stay focused, stay out of it. You're focused on your stats. You're focused on what you look like on a video. That's a little aggravating to me, but
of course we're not helping things here at Chad's Media.
No. Hey, but that's okay. You're bringing
broadcasting games
spotlight
and
to it,
everything.
so that's all that matters.
For sure. Again, we got a good game in front of us right now. I'm very excited for tonight's matchup. This one's winding down 58 seconds.
Yeah. In the Fallon situation right now.
Now, I very much would have bet money that you didn't have social media, though.
No. I'm not very active on it, I guess I should say.
It's on your phone, but
it's on there, but I don't post much, and I only look on there for maybe 5 minutes.
That's also a tool to help yourself get recruited and everything.
Yes, it is. It is a very big part of getting recruited.
Yeah, I've noticed, especially, obviously I'm a good bit older, but I've noticed especially like younger kids, your generation a little bit younger, they seem to only have Twitter for recruiting purposes for the most part.
Yeah, that's where most coaches are. It's because you can't post. There's not as many edits on there. It's mainly your film.
Right.
And that's what's big, and it allows you to post long videos at a time. And so, I'm pretty sure the bio lets you add more to it than Instagram or things like that. And so you have to have an NCAA ID number, which I did not know that, but I found that out.
Oh, we got the student section swag surfing. 1 second. Yeah, I'm excited to see this. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Anytime I get to see a student section swag surf, I've got to draw attention to it.
No, it's very impressive. Like, especially Texas Tech, I know. My family's big Tech fans. I grew up watching, but their swag surf is something impressive.
Yeah.
So see this. I'm sure it'll get more wild as soon as more people fill in. I mean, this is a big game, like you've been saying. So I'm pretty positive there'll be a lot of students here, especially with the size of the school. There should be a lot of students here.
Do you have any songs like this that you personally, as a player, like, oh, here we go, they're playing my song now?
Not really. I'm not. To me, I've kind of cut rap out of my persona of things just because noticed some way I spoke and things. I wanted to cut that out.
That's fair.
Which this song has. I don't think it has many cuss words. I'm more
in the gym, we're not going to hear it. But
you're not going to hear it in here. They're going to bleep it out. But I mean, I kind of like beats more. I feel like some beats kind of hype me up more than words.
Yeah, especially I think like pregame. I mean, you're hearing the beat more than anything anyway.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a good beat, but
for sure. Yeah, like Justin said a second ago, here in the fouling game now, 52-47, 39.7 seconds left. After this, I mean, the guys will get rolling for the pregame show for that part. But I say we let our advertisers have a quick word, and then Justin and I will be back for the rest of this game.
Investing in you and our community is what sets Alliance Bank apart. We are community banking. That's why you can find us at nearly every event volunteering, sponsoring, and donating. Alliance Bank has been serving Rockwall County for over 16 years, and with your help, we have grown into the go-to bank for our community. Time to start a new business, time to expand your business, ready for a new home or a like new home, we will be there because that's who we are. Alliance Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Again, thank y'all so much for spending your Friday night with us here on Chad's Media. Best place to be if you couldn't be here in person. Looks like, based on the student section, I guess it's camo night?
I would assume so. Yeah. I know my sister was the coordinator for the student section in the football season. So
Oh, really?
they would ask her for advice. But now I know there's more people involved than just my sister. So I hope that doesn't. If any Silver Springs people are watching, I'm sorry if that offended you. But they always have themes. Themes, I guess, can help. I mean, as a basketball player, you don't notice it as much on the floor.
Fair.
But I mean, it's always nice to have a theme. Helps attract students, and I mean, that's always what I thought it was, to help attract students and bring a little hype to it.
Allen's been warming up for 4 seconds, and we've already seen 2 incredible dunks.
Yes.
Big win for the Lady Eagles, by the way. And now we're 12 minutes away from the game y'all came here to see. Allen versus Newman Smith. So based on everything I've heard, getting to talk to some of the coaches, getting to talk to a guy like, shout out to Grayson McClure, who also is here at Allen, couldn't be with us tonight. But it sounds like these are 2 teams that are going to be trying to score in a transition and off of turnovers as much as possible. When you've got 2 teams that are both trying to do that against each other, I mean, I feel like this can turn into a very high-scoring game very quickly.
It could, and that's what our motto. We've changed to a fast-paced team, so I think I've seen how this works, so now I've got a feel on it because I used to be a half-court guy
Gotcha.
with SIP's offense. But yeah, you got to be able to limit turnovers, but also time and be able to guard without fouling. That's a big motto of ours at DBU. So
I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but for people that are just joining us now, again, it sounds like Allen's going to be rotating in and out a lot. We'll see a lot of different rotations. That obviously makes it a lot easier to play a full-court defense, knowing that I can give it everything I have for 2, 3, 4 minutes at a time, get a rest, and come right back. Did y'all play a similar way at Silver Springs when under Coach Zabaleta, or no?
No, we actually played more half-court. We would go into presses sometimes if we were down, but it was majority half-court, trying to do our sets, be efficient at those, make the defense really have to work and stopping us.
So we just got to see him a second ago, but a kid that I'm very much looking forward to watching, number 0, Eric Walls. He's having a huge breakout year. He is listed as both a high flyer with an excellent three-point shot. He's shooting 51% from 3 this year. Now, he will be coming off the bench tonight, but I believe he has been starting a lot for this team. But as we mentioned earlier, Coach Zabaleta and his team, they do change the starting lineup a good bit. Having a guy that can come off the bench, give you double-digit points, shoot 51% from 3, that's huge, man.
It's very big. That's what my roommate actually at DBU, he just had a killer night last night. He's probably averaging around, I would say, 8 or 9. I might not be for sure. I haven't looked at his stats, but he had 25 last night. And you need a guy like that to bring energy with that second group. There's always going to have to be an energy guy no matter what group you're with. But being able to shoot 51% from 3 and be able to jump like he can, that, like I was saying earlier, also opens up your opportunities. You got to respect him being able to jump and be able to shoot. So you got to close out accordingly. But
Ooh.
That was impressive.
It was.
Very impressive.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this team, man. I think, again, we talked about forcing turnovers and everything, but another thing I've noticed, it seems they are a very unselfish team. I can't tell you how many times you're watching a 2-on-1, and in situations where it feels like usually a guy would go for the layup, they're throwing alley-oops and stuff to each other, which you got a good bit of that in your high school career as well.
Yeah, so that's what, in transition, SIP's very big on being selfless. I mean, that's how you win, really, because if you're selfish and you're not going to be able to pass to your teammates, it's one thing to take the ball up and that making the guy forced to guard you, but being able to give your teammate and let them succeed and getting enjoyment from that, being happy for your teammate to see them succeed, makes your team that much better.
Did Neo just wow. I would not have I guess this entire team can just throw down.
Hey, sometimes they got it like that.
Producer Corey just gave me a head nod of, yeah, they all can.
Sometimes that's just how it goes. Now at Silver Springs, we had guys who wanted to.
Right.
They would get close, but it wouldn't necessarily be always in there. But
wasn't always quite there.
Yeah, it wasn't always the prettiest either.
I feel like you would have some impressive dunks, but I feel like that wasn't something that you were like overly concerned with.
I just wanted my 2 points.
Yeah.
But if there's a time for a dunk and that's how I was going to have to get my 2 points, then it would happen.
Well, that is very much a great way to energize the crowd, energize your teammates. I mean, that can change the momentum of a game a little bit.
That's what I mean, I have a windmill that never comes out in game because that's always a risky dunk. I don't know who opened up with the windmill, but it was a great windmill, very clean. But I'm just always worried about that in game. I'm more of a power dunker. I'm sure there's a lot of power dunkers out here.
Yeah.
But I mean, the power dunk's always a good move. Gets the crowd hyped too. So
almost got it between the legs just there.
Yeah. That would have been impressive, especially since he only started from the free throw line.
A couple more players I do want to talk about with you real quick. We've got a pair of twins, Antonio and Antoine Shannon. That's got to be very cool, getting to play at this level with your twin. I mean, that sounds super dope. From what I can tell, they're both guys who can guard the 1 through 5. It doesn't matter. A lot of high energy on defense. And I believe it's Antonio coming off a 21-point game in their last game on Tuesday night where he shot 5 of 6 from 3. So you can guard 1 through 5, bring it on defense, and shoot 5 of 6 from 3. That sounds pretty impressive to me.
Yeah, and that's one thing with Sip. I haven't talked about it at all, but he makes sure everyone's well-rounded as a player, skill-wise and defensively. I mean, he always emphasizes skill. I know we'd always have skill breakdown moments like 30, 45 minutes. He'd send bigs, guards to get your skill in and be able to create, shoot. He always wanted everyone to be able to shoot because that kind of makes everything harder to guard.
Right.
If everyone can shoot, spread the floor out. But that's one thing Sip wants, is everyone to be skilled.
I mean this in absolute zero disrespect to you or to any of the teams that I've gotten to cover myself. But Coach Cipolletta, Coach Manning, the staff, they're great coaches. And I've got to think this is the most talent they've ever had on one team.
I would think that, or the one year we went to state. I would think it's probably pretty close. I mean, they don't have a 6'9" guy.
Like you said, what was it?
Like
I mean, the entire starting 5 was going
it was at a college at some point in time.
Yeah.
One's at Tulsa. That's Keyston. X is at TCU right now. Day-Day's at SFA. I think Cam would start sometimes. I'm not 100% sure. But, I mean, even Grayson and then they're just rotate. Like you said, we couldn't necessarily say it, but we had multiple guys who were all D1, D2 players. So, I mean, he's always going to have that. He's going to produce people. He knows how to do it. He makes people buy in. And he usually gets the guys who want it the most. So that's testament to him, testament to the guys he has in his program. But he always finds the ones that want to play hard and who do whatever it takes to win.
A little over 5.5 minutes before we get started here tonight. Of course, we're going to have the national anthem and the starting lineups and everything, which I'm very excited to see that. I don't know if you've seen, but they do something pretty special for the before the starting lineups and everything here. But just heard the blow of the whistle, so no more flashy dunks, I guess.
Yeah, no more flashy dunks.
But one thing I did want to say before we go any further, again, we want to give a big thank you to our friends at Alliance Bank for making all of this possible. And we want to thank every single one of you for spending your night with us here at Chad's Media. And, of course, myself and Justin are the only people you're going to see in here tonight, but it's a very big team. Shout out to Corey Hankins, Chloe Copel, Jeremy DeLorge, Rick Grace, Chad Copel. I mean, it takes a lot of people to make something like this happen, and I just want to make sure that everyone gets some recognition. Again, Justin, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, man. I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here. It's going to be exciting.
So, again, I know you're very busy. You're playing college basketball, so it's not like you've had a ton of time to see either of these teams. So it's hard to put you on the spot with, like, a prediction. But if you did, I'm going to make it tough. I'm going to put you on the spot. What do you got for me prediction-wise tonight?
Just by watching the warm-ups here and from your stats, I would probably go with Allen just because I feel like they're a little more skilled. That's not a dog on Newman Smith or anything. Newman Smith looks very athletic and looks like they'll cause trouble, but I think it'll be a very close game, but I think Allen pulls out at the end.
Yeah, I think so as well, and I actually think this is going to be one of those, like you're saying, I think it's going to be close for a good bit. I think we might go into the half this being a 2 or 3 score game, maybe not even. But I do think the later it gets, I think Allen probably will start to pull away a little bit. And again, I think for a team in Newman Smith, that is, that relies so heavily on scoring and transition and everything, if Allen really can fluster them and especially just force them to slow down and play in a half-court style, I think it could lead to some frustration and maybe some shots that they ordinarily wouldn't want to take, things like that.
Yeah, forcing them, if they're a transition team, you kind of want to slow them down necessarily. Or if, I don't know, I think Allen is also a full-court team, if I'm not wrong from what it's sounding like. So
I believe so, yeah.
At that moment, it's just who's going to win the possession battle, who's going to get the most rebounds, who's going to have the most turnovers, who's going to be able to take care of the ball is probably going to be the biggest emphasis on this game. That will keep them in the game and to be able to put them above and win. So,
selfishly, as someone who doesn't necessarily have a dog in the fight, is just excited to get to watch good basketball, I'm glad that these are two teams that are going to play full court, that are going to try to force turnovers and score in transition. This could be, I know we said it once, but this could be a very high-scoring game. And if you told me it ended up being 80 to 70, I mean, something in that range, I would believe it. I think we could see I have the points per game here in 1 second. I believe Allen in their last few games, or for the entire season anyways, averaging about 73, 74 points per game. For a high school basketball team, that's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
I'm trying to find my stats here, but yeah, about 70-something points per game. And again, Newman Smith's not far behind, 61 points per game. But again, 45 of those 61 are in transition or off of turnover, second chance points.
I just noticed that you said on there it's Newman Smith's top scorer is number 15.
Yes, Zion.
Okay.
So Nick Cody's number 2.
Oh, okay.
He's right behind him with 13.2.
Okay, not
and
too much
these two
difference.
guys shoot 56, 55% from the field together.
Okay.
So again, I do think that's probably not a ton of outside shooting or anything, but I'm excited to watch those two. And then a couple of other guys we want to look out for. Elijah Harrison, number 4 from Newman Smith. He's someone that you're going to want to keep an eye on. And then number 1, King Watson. He's definitely he was told to me as someone that you're definitely going to want to keep an eye on. So they've got a handful of guys. I know we've definitely talked the most about Nick Cody, but they've got some guys.
Yeah. And that's what sometimes having a guy like that, Nick Cody, on your team will overshadow some of these guys and they won't get the recognition they deserve. But it
And
doesn't
at
stop
the
them
same
from
time,
playing.
though, that can also create opportunities for those guys. Yeah.
It can bring the light to them. I mean, they might not get all the posts about them, but coaches see that what they're doing on the floor, and that's a testament to what they're doing and just being able to play their game.
Someone else I want to give a shout-out to, I believe this is someone you're familiar with. I would definitely think so, but he's in the building tonight, Craig Smith.
I do, yes.
Yeah, shout out
yes.
to Craig. We got to see him earlier. He's one of those guys, one, he does incredible work, and he's a hustler. He's at a game every night, constantly putting out good content. But we get to see him a couple times a year, and it's always nice to get to see him and catch up with him for a second.
So he does a big service for basketball players.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's helping them get recruited. He knows people. People look at his site because they know he's credible. He's a credible source when it comes to players.
Definitely. There are college coaches who are keeping up with his content, and I mean, he like you're saying, he does a great service for those kids. So shout out to Craig.
Because that's what I think the first time I ever saw him or got covered was when we played Mesquite Horn, I believe. No, not Mesquite Horn. It's Mesquite Poteet.
Okay.
We played him in a scrimmage. He was there, and he was talking about Day and Cam. And then, of course, he's always come to games since we were good and then slowly just progressed. And he's texted me a couple times, talked. Very good guy. Going out of his way to especially do this when he could probably be at home with his family. So, testament to all y'all for being here, actually, when y'all could be home here with y'all's families. So,
shout out to you for being here.
Hey, I don't have a family. I'll just be sitting at home looking at the TV.
Still. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about ready for the national anthem. Justin and I are going to step out of the way for just a second, and then y'all are stuck with us for the rest of the night.
Your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. This time, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost ready for tonight's starting lineups. I gotta say, for anyone that doesn't know, or that hasn't seen you, doesn't know you, I can never stand next to Justin again. I don't know, I'll have to show you later, but our stream deck, the way we run things, Corey did this as a joke. One night I was interviewing you and Cordrick. Both of you were, 6'6", 6'5", 6'7", And I'm not tiny. I mean, I'm 5'11", 6 foot, but it makes me look tiny. I can't be standing next to Justin anymore.
Hey, Korjak makes me look small. He's so much bigger. I wish I was built like Korjak a little bit, but.
Again, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us here on Chad's Media. This very special presentation brought to you by Alliance Bank. We're about to see something special with this Allen starting lineup, which was also brought to you by our producer, Corey Hankins. So shout out to him again. For high school basketball,
That is impressive.
that's pretty wild.
I mean, we barely have a video ourselves.
Right, that's wild. And here is the starting lineups for your Allen Eagles.
And now the home team in the
Yeah, I think the student section is going to be good tonight.
Play a pretty good factor in this one, I believe.
for your Allen Eagles. First up, hailing from the 5th grade, 4'5" guard, number 3, Titus Quinn.
Oh, here we go. That's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next up,
Future Allen Eagles, I'm sure.
forward from the 5th grade, number 47, Justin Haire. And now for the starting lineup in your Allen Eagles, 5'11", junior guard, number 1, Trent Payne.
He's someone you're going to want to watch out for tonight. Junior guard, he's a baller.
Yes, he is.
Sophomore guard, number 3,
Neo Lawrence is a man. I have him listed as kind of a Jalen Brunson type. Watching his game, he can get points of his own, but again, leading the team with assists. He's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And this is the man leading the team in scoring for Allen.
6'2", senior guard, number 12,
Arinze Ubawiki. Very good 3-and-D guy.
Junior forward, number 15, DJ Thomas.
And DJ Thomas, he's another one. Getting to watch him earlier. He seems like a very skilled big. I'm excited to see him, and I'm excited to get your expertise on this game tonight, helping us break it down a little bit. I'm just a play-by-play guy. You can help us analyze this a bit better than I'd be able to.
That's what Sip's very big on, his bigs being fundamental.
Kim Gardner's athletic director, Matt Wilson's a principal, and Dr. Robin Bullock is the superintendent for Allen ISD.
Here we go. Obviously, for anyone that didn't know or was wondering, number 20, this is Nick Cody, who has been mentioning.
I wish I was down there so I could actually see how tall he is.
Right.
People like to boost themselves, but I'm sure he is a true 6'9" because he looks pretty tall.
He looks every bit of 6'8", 6'9", yeah.
Yeah. We have some guys in our league who are 6'9". They're not 6'9". So
They're listed as 6'9".
they're listed as
Gotcha.
6'9".
Gotcha. Newman Smith does win the tip. And that number 15 is on. He is the leading scorer for Newman Smith this year. Good block there from DJ.
Good block, clean.
Sophomore Nia Lawrence bringing the ball up for Allen. Deep three. And we're already here in the student section. Didn't take them very long to get themselves involved, huh?
Not at all. But you need that. You need that early. You don't want them to wait until something happens.
Right.
You want to start it off on the bat.
Help us set the tone here. Caden Myers in the corner for 3.
Good follow-up right there.
DJ Thomas going to get Allen on the board to start the night. And I feel like that's something Coach Sipp and his team stress a lot as well, second chance points.
Oh, and one.
And the basket. Orenze Ubowicki. Again, we were told very good defensive player, brings a lot of effort, and there you see it with the steal and the and one.
That was a great read on the defensive end right there. That's what it's going to take to beat them.
Second team foul quarter. To the line, Orenze Ubowicki, 1 shot.
And he gets the free throw as well. Quick 5-0 run here in the first minute of the game. Now I think that's something we're going to see a good bit of tonight as well. Scoring in transition, even off of a make, even off of a free throw.
They want to move fast. Both teams want to go fast, so I agree. We're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Good find, a big 3 for Caden Myers. Now this just looks like a full court man, I guess, yeah?
Yeah. Which sometimes that's all you need is a full court man. Just get a little pressure on there.
And there he is, the man Zion, leading Newman Smith in points per game this year. Good find.
I think he might have gotten away with the travel right there.
May have gotten away with it. Although I guess they say ball don't lie.
That is very true. I do think it lies sometimes.
Sometimes.
That's what that man-to-man pressure will do. Make you force a pass that's not there, and miscommunication.
Now, something I think you'll be able to talk to a little bit. Obviously, we got DJ Thomas for Allen. He's the one primarily guarding Nick Cody. Even though Nick Cody is 6'8", 6'9", he's more of a guard, whereas DJ very much is a big. How tough is that guarding someone your size that plays so differently from you?
I wouldn't say sometimes. It depends. I mean, offense is completely different than defense because he's very mobile, I can tell. He's athletic, and he's been able to stick right with Nick Cody. But, I mean, just because he can shoot doesn't mean he's going to be harder to defend. You just got to be able to move your feet.
Big 3 for Francois. Bring it back to a 1-point game. Trent Payne.
Tough bucket.
Yeah, this game is not disappointed so far.
No. It's looking very high scoring.
It is. And we're all tied up. Corner 3. Calvin Blue, the senior. Neo drawing
I think
foul.
that number 3 will definitely be a problem for Newman Smith because of how quick he is.
I think so.
It's very hard to guard guys who are very low to the ground and quick.
Yeah, that seems tough.
Everyone thinks you have to be tall to play basketball, but sometimes I do believe being short has an advantage.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously I'm biased. I mention it every chance I get, but the 2011 Mavs team, J.J. Barea, a huge part of that team. Jalen Brunson on the recent Mavs teams. I mean, and that's definitely the vibes I get from him. Like I mentioned earlier, I kind of see him as a Jalen Brunson type.
Yeah.
In our
I could see it.
Caden Myers trying to bang down low.
That was a good move.
And that's going to be a putback from Antoine Shannon. One of the Shannon twins.
Good hands.
Stay down here.
Well, Allen's very handsy on their defense.
Look how deep the bench is. They can afford to be.
Yeah, they can. They have plenty of guys ready to go.
A tight defense over there. Good drive. Draws the foul. Wasn't sure on who it was on. Caden Myers, okay.
I think Eric thought it was on him, but
yeah, I thought so as well. He kind of seemed to.
He seemed a little guilty. I thought he got out of the way in time.
Maybe just being a good teammate. Being like,
Maybe.
no, that was on me.
Yeah.
First free throw is good.
Serving in for the Trojans, number 1, Zavon Kings-Watson.
Yeah, King wants it. He was someone we were told to keep a close eye on tonight.
Okay.
1 shot.
And of course, Zion here at the free throw line, he's already looked very good. You can see why and how he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah.
Serving in for the Trojans, number 10, Keelan Sanders.
And I guess Newman Smith kind of just doing the same thing, just a full court man, huh?
It looks more like a zone.
I couldn't tell if it was or not.
It might be a zone front into
yeah,
a man.
and then get back
but
into
right
a
now,
man.
yeah, it's still man. Okay. It went back.
And that's going to be something you're definitely going to want to limit here tonight, unforced turnovers.
Unforced turnovers is a huge part of it.
And Antonio Shannon.
Neo Lawrence wasn't on the bench for more than 30 seconds, I don't
No.
think. Got right back in there. All tied up through the first half of the first quarter. And already 24 total points in about 4 minutes of basketball.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm here for a shootout. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
It is always fun in high-scoring games. Good read.
That's Antonio Shannon with the steal up to Antoine Shannon. Ooh, okay.
I could see that one coming.
Yeah. That's a smart heads-up play from Newman Smith there to recognize it and draw it. So that is just the first foul for Antoine Shannon.
I don't know how much selling he did there, but the yell did sound pretty convincing.
True. The yell helps, man.
It does.
Do you ever use that to your advantage or no?
No, I probably should learn how to, but I don't.
So now
Good
draw all my
defense.
fouls
Yeah,
the
my
right
dad,
way.
my dad always tells me I need to learn how to flop a little more.
maybe a little bit. It's maybe the first time we've seen teams slow it down tonight,
Yeah,
which is good. I mean, they've looked pretty good
they have.
in the half-court offense is what I was going to say before we almost saw an alley-oop, but
Foul number 11,
A big part that Newman Smith's going to have to realize is on this, Allen is switching every guard to guard. So that's why Leo's able to stay up top.
Right.
Because he's switching, he's just not having to move much. So being able to make them have to rotate will be a big part of their success.
that's a good point. Now we got number 21, Isaiah Dozier, the junior big. Good hustle from Eric Wall there, but couldn't
Great effort.
come up with it.
Even though you didn't come up with it, that gives you a lot of energy throughout the game.
Man, he doesn't take a possession off.
No, he does not. To play the way they're playing, you need that.
Yeah.
Quit reaching.
And they definitely seem to have a ton of chemistry on defense. Like you said,
do.
knowing all the switches and everything. And they're helping out. Good read. And a little help
Good
there from
follow-up.
Antoine Shannon. He's up to 4 points now, leading the team for Allen. Yeah, like you said, you're
See
going to have
that
to
one,
quit
yeah.
reaching at some point. I think that's number 2 for him.
Yeah. The refs are letting him get a little handsy, but I'm sure they'll start tightening up on that as the game goes on.
Yeah, I think so. And like you're saying, you're just going to have to recognize that at some point.
And not necessarily just be, I mean, they have a lot of depth, so I wouldn't think foul trouble's a problem. Just you don't want to get them in the bonus.
Right.
Because if that's free points.
Yeah, and especially we mentioned this a lot when we're doing Sulphur Springs games, but the rules have changed now in high
They
school
have.
where it's just 5 each quarter. I like that. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah. I think it does make you have to realize and kind of play a little more solid defense than just reaching.
And that number 25 is Gabe Jones checking in.
Foul on number 25, Gabe Jones. That's his first personal, 15 foul.
Yeah, there's the fifth, so now we're going to the free throw line.
Cody, 2 shots.
Eagles with a 14-12 lead before Cody goes to the line.
That's what's hard is you don't want to foul him outside when he doesn't even have the ball right there because now he's on the free throw line. That's free points he didn't have to earn.
It's true. Now, for a guy that gets to the goal as well as he is, are there ever times where you're like, you know, whatever, you go to the free throw line, earn it from there? Or?
Yeah. I don't know. It depends. I would say sometimes during games he can be missing his jump hooks, layups, things like that.
True.
But I don't know how good of a free throw shooter he is. I mean, we just saw he missed one right there, so that it could pay off. But we don't know the outcome of what he could have done down there when he had the ball. So.
Right. Pull up. There it is. Almost got the long rebound. Couldn't come up with it. Oh, big block from Gabe Jones.
Got to be smart here. You got 3 defenders on you.
Back out to Neo. Eric Walls from deep.
Ooh, it was close.
That was. That's 2 back-to-back very deep threes we're seeing.
Sip likes to shoot threes, so he won't tell you to quit shooting.
If you're open and it's a good look, keep going for it, huh? Now getting the rebound. Coach Sip going to use his first time out of the night. First time out from either team as Allen leads 14-13. 1:33 left here in the first quarter. Justin, what do you like that you've seen from each of these teams so far?
I've liked the aggressiveness on defense. I feel like nowadays there's not as much defense in the game, but right now it's proven there's a lot of defense in this game. It's going to be a tough game. I think the scoring has slowed down a little bit from when it started. I mean, the defense has picked up here, making it a tough run for both teams, but the switching on Allen's part is really a big part of it, and if Newman Smith can figure out how to get in there on that, it'll help him out. But I also think on the Allen side, bringing out Cody, I don't know how good he is on the perimeter. Now, granted, I haven't seen him play, so he might be great out there.
Right.
But I would say try to see what he can do because he's also a presence in the paint to block shots.
Dude,
with his height.
One last thing I wanted to bring up. Obviously, we are seeing a great crowd. You're this deep into the season. I believe this is game number 16 maybe for Allen, and it's just their second home game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's impressive to have that many wins away. So that's a testament to Sip and his team.
I'm sure after starting the season, of course, tournament season plays a big role in that, but that many road games must be pretty nice to be back home.
That'll definitely prepare you for a playoff neutral site.
Dude, I think both of these teams are teams that could not only make the playoffs, but do something when they get there, you know?
Oh, definitely.
Antonio Shannon.
That's what right here. Look for a good possession, good score.
Hit him. Ooh. Feel like you got to go ahead and shoot that.
I think so. Because you don't know when another good shot resulted in turnover right there.
Yeah, I'm sounding like a broken record, but they do not take any defensive possessions off.
No, they do not.
Again.
But still. Good help side.
Good find.
There
he is going to shoot it this time.
Oh, go in there.
And it's going to get it to go.
Good bounce.
It's his first bucket of the night. Again, we'll go over some stats here in a second during the in-between quarters, but like we mentioned in the pregame, I mean, just really sharing the wealth, getting everyone involved. See what Neo does here on the drive.
I think that was a smart play.
Probably for
the
best, yeah.
You didn't have guys in rebounding position, and you're going up against a much taller, more athletic guy at the time.
That is going to do it for the first quarter. Allen leading 17-13 so far. The scoring did slow down a little bit. I believe it was 12-12 with about 4 minutes left. So scoring definitely did slow down a little bit in the back half of that quarter. Do you think we're going to see that more, or do you think it's going to pick back up again?
I think we'll see fluctuating times where there'll be a lot of defense and then a lot of offense right here because teams are going to have to worry about fouls, as we were talking about. Mm-hmm. And you just said the new rules, five fouls in each quarter. It's not 1-and-1, it's 2.
Right,
so.
And I like that part of it too as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, the 1-and-1 does change the game because if you have someone that you know is not that good of a free throw shooter, you're more inclined to put him there. But the 2 free throws, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, it definitely makes you not want to foul.
Right.
So it also might be harder on some teams to play defense that way. But I do think that we'll see a lot more defensive on this side of the game instead of offensive.
The student section's feeling it. I'm here for it. I am here for you. Looking at some stats real quick. Antoine Shannon, number 24, the junior, leading the team for Allen in scoring so far. And then you've got Arinze, Caden Myers, and Neil Lawrence all with 3 points. Trent Payne and DJ Thomas each with 2 points. And I think we are going to continue to see more of that. I don't think there's any one player that's necessarily going to just take over in the scoring. But I feel like, and again, you can attest to this, Coach Cipolletta's teams usually, it's kind of a game-to-game. Anyone can be the guy that night.
It definitely is. Like I was saying before, Cip wants a well-rounded team. Everyone can do everything, basically. Some are better at other things than others, but he wants everyone to be able to score, defend, everything that you need on a team to make it harder for another team to guard.
I believe we have our original starting 5 back out.
Yes. As you can see, Nick is actually sitting down in the paint, forcing them to use the big up top.
Deep 3. Yeah, when you have him able to do that, it's really crowding the paint, making it really tough to drive, I feel like.
Makes it harder for you to get a layup or even just get in there to make a pass.
DJ going to bring it up himself this time. Good look. I like the idea of dumping it down low there, just couldn't get the execution. Coach Cip, I think, asking for a foul maybe.
Maybe. There might have been a little bit of one, I would say a block, but I think he just brought the ball, not necessarily brought the ball down. The ball just happened to be where the kid was, Newman was, and it hit him and
I
went
think
out
so
of his
too,
hand,
and something that you mentioned earlier, letting them play, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
This is two teams that are playing pretty physical, and I think if you establish that from the jump without overdoing it, I like letting them play a lot.
For sure, because sometimes people don't want to play physical. So if you're physical with them, they'll die off pretty quick. But right here, as you said, they're both very physical teams, so I don't think we'll see any quit in them at all.
Cody with the offensive board and the putback, bringing it back to a 2-point game. Caden Myers pulling up.
Ooh, that could have been a foul.
You think so?
I think he got a little bit of his guide hand there.
Look at Neo getting another steal.
He's all over the floor.
Quickly moving the ball up the floor.
People think to be a defensive presence, you have to be able to just block shots, and I really do think that's what it comes down to. But clearly, defensive can be steals as well.
Absolutely. Now Trent Payne leading the Eagles in scoring with 5.
Maybe that'll get things start running up here now. Get the offenses rejuvenated. Oh, that's
good drive, good find. It is a charge. Good call. Neo doing it all on defense, man.
That's what I'm saying. Being a little guy sometimes helps because he's quick, he's athletic.
Yep.
And he makes great reads on the ball on defense.
Now he's going to get a quick breather as Eric Walls comes back in.
Definitely earned that breather.
He did. You know, the last time he's been on the floor for all but maybe a minute because he did come out earlier and then was subbed immediately back in. And again, the youngest guy on this team is a sophomore.
Yeah.
Good idea there from Trent Payne, but no harm, no foul as it stays on the Eagle side.
On that pass, typically you want to get outside, out of bounds so you can make it across, but there wasn't enough movement in there. Everyone is still standing in their starting spots.
Little miscommunication there on the inbound. I don't know if you're noticing, but Allen doing a lot of off-ball screening.
Yes.
It's a good pass.
Very good find right there.
Almost got it to fall.
Yep. Ooh.
And now Newman Smith going to run quickly. So I'm not going to lie, I actually liked that he did drive the baseline there. I think if you're a defender, you're probably thinking the corner 3 there.
Yes. It makes it very hard, I mean, because you're going to have to shoot down and you have to protect the corner 3, but then you're also going to have the guy, what we call the tee-up spot, right there in the middle of the paint in front of the rim, coming down as Nick Cody was standing there. So you got to respect it both. Makes it hard on our defensive side who to go for.
It's going to be a travel. No subs in this one, keeping the same 5. We haven't seen quite as many subs as I thought we were maybe going to see.
No, right now.
Oh, there you go, DJ finishing down low.
Fine. Oh, you concede him catching it over there. He's facing towards the corner. That's hard to get out of. Good move.
Oh, I really thought he was going to finish that.
I did too.
He's about to pull up. Oh, good find.
Good follow-up.
And Caden Myers with the putback and the foul. Now he's up to 5 tonight. Chance to make it 6.
That was a call on Zion. I thought he went by clean, but I guess he hit him in the head is what the official called.
Man, Zion's he's been a lot of fun to watch tonight.
Very gifted scorer, I would say.
Yeah,
he can get to where he wants.
Definitely curious to know what kind of offers he has and everything. I think he's someone that can definitely play at the next level.
For sure.
He's just a junior, so.
Okay, yeah, so this is about at the time he'd start getting looked at. Junior year going into your seniors when coaches start to really focus in on you.
Now a chance to make it a double-digit lead. And he does.
I think Allen's starting to find their rhythm on the defensive end and the offensive end and finally settling in.
I think so, and Newman Smith's going to use it pretty well time to time out, in my opinion. And I just know the students say, yep, they're already getting ready to hit the Soldier Boy. Can you? That would have been way before your time, huh? You don't?
No, I can't dance. I don't have rhythm like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, even if it would have been during your time, I'm not sure that's something you would have been doing.
No, you wouldn't see me doing it probably.
Can't confirm or deny, but a young Tyler may or may not have been out there. May or may not have been doing it, but
no video evidence.
No video evidence of it, fortunately. No one needs that. Double-digit lead, like you're saying. Allen really starting to find their rhythm both on offense and defense. We keep pointing it out, but I have more fun watching them on defense than I do offense. The way they move, the way they rotate and help, switch, it's a lot of fun to watch.
They're very energetic on defense. That's what's bringing it, making it more fun. And on the offensive side, they're doing a great job at making Nick Cody have to actually come out of the paint and quit clogging it up and getting able to get offensive rebounds and open shots.
I think the part that to me makes it even more impressive is with as much as they do rotate, you're getting a lot of different lineups out there, but they all still have that same level of chemistry together.
They do.
Ooh, deep three from Nick Cody.
It looked good coming out of his hands.
It did. I do think, not that it mattered, but I do think if they swing that a bit quicker, maybe he gets a little bit more of an open look. I mean, he had the open look regardless, but. So going to inbound underneath the goal. 25-15. Trent Payne bringing some pressure up here. Good drive. Ooh. So I don't think he had to save that. I think that would have been out on Allen.
He definitely did not have to save that. But he got it back.
Yeah.
And he got a cheap foul. And that's what at DBU, we do not want to foul 94 feet from the goal. And that's what we play similar styles to these two teams. And our motto is real, relentless, intelligent pressure. So you want to be smart about what you're doing. You don't want to foul a guy 94 feet from the basket because that's giving him a walk down to the floor.
Oh.
Yep.
I selfishly wanted to see that go in just because that would have been a big and one. But yeah, he's crafty getting into the goal.
Right there, you got to be able to take that, just take it in your chest. He was there, he was ready. Just kind of bailed out at the last moment.
No, they called that one on Eric Walls. Okay.
Spun out a little bit at the end when he hit him instead of just falling backwards. Which, granted, he might have hit him sideways and did spin him, so.
True.
Hard to see from all the way up here, but.
It is. I love the view up here, but it is a bit tough to see.
So that's what now. Granted, high school does not have a charge circle. I don't know if there's talks about that. No, there's talks about a shot clock, but NCAA, if you're inside that circle now, you basically have to jump at all times, straight hands, wall up, as Eric has been showing his hands straight up, which would work at the D2, D3, D1 level. So right mindset, but you can still take that charge right there, and that also gives a foul onto one of their better players.
True. Catch and shoot three. For a guy who's shooting 51% from three, I definitely like that look. Couldn't quite get it to go. Now Neo Lawrence and Antonio Shannon coming back in.
I would like to see a little more flow on the offensive side. I feel like they're taking quick shots right now. Not necessarily that was bad. It's just they're shooting shots that are early in the shot clock, and that's playing to Newman's advantage because they have the size and the athleticism to get it and just leak out quick.
Good idea, just couldn't execute. Now Allen about to run a transition.
Yes.
Now, something that Newman Smith is doing a very, very, very good job of, in my opinion, tonight is getting back and not allowing Allen to do a ton of scoring in transition.
They are recovering very well when they turn the ball over or Allen gets the rebound and pushes it. They are getting back very easily, very quickly and making a good stop.
3:34 left here in the first half, 25-17. So it hasn't been nearly as high scoring as we kind of thought it might be, but I have a feeling that could pick up at any moment.
Yes. Oh, he's out.
He is, yeah.
And that's testament to the ball pressure right there. Have to throw a bad pass, and then being in the gaps also makes you have to adjust to make that pass too. Newman Smith now up in their man press.
Yep.
It's a little softer than Allen's.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh. Gotta be careful with that screen right there, being the illegal one.
Good drive. Couldn't get the finish. Good job on the offensive rebound there and drawing the foul, though.
Staying poised after, I think, probably a block right there, and then getting his own rebound and going back up and finishing through the foul.
I mean, if you could get these free throws to go, it'd just be, a 6-point game? I feel good about that if I'm Newman Smith, especially for as much of it felt like Allen was kind of really controlling the game for, a 4 or 5 minute stretch. That was the second foul on Dozier.
Stepping in for the Trojan, Zavon Kings-Watson.
Now DJ Thomas back in.
Stepping in for the Allen Eagles, number 15, DJ Thomas. One shot.
Something interesting. Cody not in on the offensive rebound, but getting back during the free throw.
That is interesting. I would think you'd want to put him up because with as athletic as he is, he can grab the rebound and get back at the same time if he doesn't get it.
Right, you would think so. I guess they think just with as quickly as Allen goes, I'm not even going to risk it, just going to put him back.
Put him back to be the defensive presence.
Deep three, and it's good. Orenze up to 6 now. Going to tie him with Caden Myers for the team high so far. Again, we mentioned Allen, #1 strength of schedule in the entire state so far, and I think it shows how many good, tough teams they've played. Yeah. They don't ever seem flustered.
No, they do not. They keep their poise very well.
Great close out there from Caden to not draw a foul or anything.
You'd like to see that possession ended in your rebound, but still went Allen's way, so.
That is one of the deepest benches I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys. Now, I don't know if all of them get to play. Do you know for sure?
I know.
You said they go 12 deep sometimes.
I believe all of them have gotten minutes.
Oh, okay.
I think it just kind of depends on the flow of that game, maybe. Got to pull up for another three. And it's good again. Orenze with 9 already.
I would imagine there being an adjustment pretty soon for him.
I would think so. Good pass. Good finish. The and one. I was waiting for that.
Yeah. I could see the dunk was going to happen. I didn't know if he was going to contest or not, but right there, Allen's got to be able to sprint back after rotating up and taking away that dunk right there.
Second foul for Antonio Shannon. And they are going to get him out real quick for Trent Payne. And I like that. There's just 1:45 left in the half. There's no chance or no reason, in my opinion, to risk getting that third foul.
Yeah, there's no reason to risk that third foul, especially in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more basketball to play. Save those fouls, get your rest, come back refreshed to make an impact in the second half.
Now Trent Payne running the offense. Oh, gonna keep it himself. Now, I couldn't tell if he was just trying to give it to Caden or Neo in the corner.
I couldn't tell either. That's what I was trying to figure out right there. Part of me thinks that he should have just stepped through and gone up.
I think so.
Just because the guy was on his shoulder on this side, and he stepped through and it was there.
True, he had the positioning on him.
Yeah. There's quite a few guys down there to be trying to pass the ball around in there, or just pivot and kick it back out. But nonetheless, good drive, good penetration.
Yeah.
And still have the ball.
Yep, still your ball here underneath the goal. Gets it into Payne.
Good pass.
Draws the foul.
Good pass, good seal.
Savon King Watson. That's his first personal.
Just the first for King Watson.
Going to the line, Trent Payne, 2 shots.
Trent Payne with 5 so far.
That's all right. It's on line. But if it's too long or too short, you can fix that. If it's to the side, it's a little bit harder.
That's a good point.
But he's on line, so I would imagine. Yeah,
there you go.
I'd imagine he'd make the second one.
Makes the adjustment. 32-20. Good find. Ooh, Trent Payne.
Great block.
A huge block. Good find. Another one. With the way Arenze's been shooting tonight, I really thought that was about to go in.
I would have figured too, momentum going your way. But just been another shot to put up on the board.
Nate Cody with the putback.
It's going to be hard to block him out with his length and his athleticism.
Trying to go quickly. Good pass.
Good pass. Allen is actually winning the rebounding battle. This is very impressive. I would have figured Newman Smith would make it really tough.
Ooh.
Had their hands on
Almost
another
got another one, yeah. Just 33.5 seconds left here in the first half. Yeah, I also want to give a lot of credit to DJ and the rest of Allen's bigs for being as good of passers as they are in the post.
Yes, very good. He's very poised down there. It's very good, very poised. Sometimes I think I would like to see him use 2 hands on his passes, but it's working, so.
It is. I was about to ask you if you thought Newman Smith would hold out for the final shot of this quarter, and then immediately we full court pass it. But
that's what I mean. Sometimes that's just how with Allen how they're playing fronting, so they're kind of daring you to throw it like that.
That's
so
true.
Sometimes you got to take it. I would have tried to hold for the last shot.
Another offensive board.
Yep.
There you go. Calvin Blue.
I would have tried to hold the ball, but I guess with their play styles, like you're saying, they're fast, trying to run and gun, thinking they might get a steal and go.
Yeah, that's true. Could have tried to go for a 2-for-1. Not going to be able to, though.
No.
Good pass. And the finish.
Good find, good finish.
DJ Thomas gets it to go. That's going to do it for the first half. Allen leads 34-24. Don't go anywhere. We're going to recap everything we've seen in the first half right after this.
Your trade, your accomplishments. These are all pieces of who you are, and it's our purpose to tell the world. It motivates us to witness how you win. It defines us to showcase why you stand out, what you give back, where you excel, and who you love. We advocate your purpose and champion your gifts because we believe in you.
Since 1927, Alliance Bank has been serving the communities of Northeast Texas. We're very excited to welcome you and our newest Plano branch serving all of Collin County. My name is Chris Hansen, and I am the market president for our location, conveniently located on State Highway 121 at Coit Road. We'd love to serve all of your financial needs. Here at Alliance Bank, we offer all of the products and service that you'd find at a large, impersonal national bank, but with the personal touch that you would expect from a community bank. We're here to serve our communities, not just for your banking needs, but as a true community partner. Whether it's sponsoring your Little League team or an event, we're here for you. Give us a call, stop by, or check out alliancebank.com. Alliance Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Allen. We are at the half. Allen leads 34-24. Justin, I was about to ask you about start to recap this first half, but we've got more action now.
Yeah, we do. I don't know if they're second graders, you would think.
I'm not sure. I'm sure they said it, and I just didn't hear them. But
yeah,
I was gonna guess maybe third, fourth, but I'm not really sure. Yeah,
the oldest is what I was gonna go with. But
that's gotta be a lot of fun though. You're a kid. You're hoping to be an Allen Eagle one day. Now you're playing in their arena.
Yep.
Justin, what do you like so far from what you've seen from these two teams? It's been a very fun game so far. It hasn't been quite as high scoring as we thought it was going to be, but it's been a very fun game so far.
I've enjoyed the defense. The defense is very good on both sides, I think. Just figuring out, of course, Allen has figured out how to score against Newman Smith a little more. I want to see maybe a little more defensive rebounding. There's been quite a few offensive rebounds on both sides of the court, and I think who can control the glass on both ends of the floor for their team will definitely come out on top. But right now, Allen's definitely at the advantage right now. But Nick Cody, I don't know how many points do you have? 4?
I'm not quite sure.
I think he's 4-6, and most of those have come off of putbacks or free throws.
Yeah, he's had multiple putbacks for sure. I really like what I've seen from Zion so far from Newman Smith. He's a fun watch.
He is. He's very athletic. Knows how to get to the rim. He's definitely. I think he has the most points on their team right now for sure. He's emphasis for Allen to be able to take him away, make it harder for him to score, and force someone else to. But at the same time, you don't want to let Nick Cody get going because there's no telling what he can do if he gets
Justin,
going.
I got to point out, we've got a little kid in an Allen jersey wearing a number 77 Allen jersey. Luka, the Luka influence is real.
For sure. Luka's a big-time player.
We love to see it. As a huge Mavs fan, we love to see it. Looking at some stats for Allen, Arinze leading the team now. He kind of got off to a bit of a slow start, and big crowd reaction here. From what I've heard, it sounds like Arinze hasn't gotten off to quite the season offensively that he had wanted to, but he's looking very good tonight. Knocked down a couple of threes, and he's leading the way with 9 points so far.
Yeah. Looking good. Just got to keep moving the ball on offense, making the right reads on defense. So
I'm loving these crowd reactions, man. This is getting me pumped up.
It's a great time for these kids.
It is. 9:03 left here, just halftime. Oh, so we've got 2 77s. That's big time.
Yeah.
Other big scores for Allen tonight. We've got 3 players who are tied for second in points. DJ Thomas, Caden Myers, Trent Payne. They've each got 6 so far. I really like what I'm seeing from the big DJ Thomas. He's been good defensively. He's been good rebounding. Like you said, you'd like to see a little bit better defensive rebounding from Allen. But he, again, I mentioned a minute ago, great job of passing in the post. I think sometimes it's very easy, especially if you're not getting fed a lot, to try to take advantage of the opportunities you get. But, I mean, anytime there's an open guy, he's moving the ball. He's doing a good job down there.
For sure. He's not trying to do too much. He's doing just what he needs to make the team successful. And that's what you'd love to see. I mean, he's not me. He's team overall. That's as you can see through his passes. He had very good passes, very good vision down there on the low post, not trying to force up shots and just doing what's needed.
Yeah. We got the sophomore guard, Neo Lawrence. He's got 3 points, but he's been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, he is constantly hustling on defense.
Yes. Great reads on the ball on the defensive end, trying to take charges, just being all over. If he's not getting a steal, he's making someone create a bad pass to make it harder on the guy they're passing to be able to make a play. So.
Yeah, I believe there were back-to-back possessions. I believe it was back-to-back possessions where he had a charge and a steal.
I believe so too.
And a charge, yeah. He's constantly making something happen.
Is he the only one with the charge? I think are there 2 tonight?
I think there's 2, but I couldn't tell you. I don't have it written down on who it was.
I
do believe there was more than one, though.
Well, that'll be a big emphasis, is taking those charges, not bailing them out on those. So
it just me, it's like 12 and a half minutes of halftime. That feels like a long halftime.
That is a very long time. We get 15 or something like that for college, so I don't like it being that long. You get cold in that time.
Yeah, it sounds like you would get colder in that time.
Yeah, you get cold. I don't know about these guys, what they're doing, but I know I'd be cold for sure.
So what, from a player perspective, what's the halftime? What's the locker room vibe right now for Allen?
Allen, stay focused, not get too excited being up. realize like what the goal of the game is. Still keep pushing for that excellence on that end, being able to read, still making the right reads, being unselfish, and then just keeping focused. Like I said, not letting anything get ahead. You're up 10 right now. Not the lead, not too big of a lead. You got a lead right now, but not too big of a lead that they can't come back from.
What if you're Newman Smith? What do you think that that locker room talks
Newman
like?
Smith, I would say getting on the boards, getting Nick Cody more involved. He's your best player, or supposed to be your best player. Might not be your best scorer, but right now he seemed to be a little out of the loop on the offensive side. So getting him more involved, seeing what he can do, seeing if he can open stuff up, because right now Allen's able to crowd the paint, not get much going on. So he's able to bring people out. He's able to go inside, make it easier for guys to get open shots. So.
Do you think we'll see any adjustments defensively from Allen, or do you think he's going to keep going with the same thing?
I think they'll keep going with the same thing. It's working pretty well. I do think they'll encourage more charges, sticking in there, taking them. But switching has worked very well for them on the sidelines, keeping the big on the keeping their big on Nick, and then just force the turnovers in the court without fouling. I'd say emphasize the no fouling, since you get to shoot free throws as soon as you get 5. So.
I also want to mention Antoine Shannon. He's got 4 points tonight for Allen, and he's been very, very, very he's been aggressive defensively. He did draw a pair of fouls, but he's also been playing just, very good, tough defense so far.
So you can't let those fouls come out in the second half. You can't let those fouls dictate how you play. You want to still be aggressive, still be active on the ball.
Yeah, and I believe he just has 2, so
he'll
not
be
in bad
fine.
shape at all, yeah.
Got to be careful. Be cautious, but at the same time, do not lose your edge on the other team and your aggressiveness.
Now, you wouldn't know what it's like to rack up fouls at all, would you? You didn't recently
I might have fouled out the other day, but yeah, you got to. You can't let that hold you back from playing.
How many times is that you fouled out in your college career now?
Once.
That's the first time? Is it really?
I believe so. Yes.
Are you lying to us, or is that true?
No. I didn't play enough minutes last year to foul out, so. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's my only time.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was about to say, never. Obviously, the college level is different, but I don't ever remember you being someone that was getting into foul trouble in high school at all, really.
No, luckily I was a little more athletic, so if I went up to block someone, I was actually not having to hit them to try and force them to throw the ball in my hands. But fouling in high school it wasn't as easy to foul then. Now it's a little more easy because everyone's on that level, just that much more athletic, that much more skilled. And they know how to attack you.
I think we're about to see this entire student section do the YMCA in just 1 second.
Maybe.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Not as much as I thought it was going to be, but yeah.
The front row is definitely carrying.
The front row is bringing it. Shout out to them. Shout out to the front row. We're fans over here, or I'm a fan anyway. Oh yeah, we're getting it now. They're enjoying it. I love to see it, man. This is a fun arena. It's a fun student section. And they're cheering on these little young future Eagles.
Yeah.
Obviously, you never got the chance because you were playing, but I don't think you would have been a fun student section guy. I don't.
No, I probably wouldn't have. I'd be there to watch because I enjoy the game,
right.
but I'm not getting in on the dances or the extreme cheers or anything like that.
See, I'm having to stop myself from getting in on the dancing now. So I would have been a problem in the student section, I think, back in the day. That's gonna do it for the halftime show. Allen Eagles getting ready to come back out here. Newman Smith getting ready as well. Again, I want to thank every single one of y'all for hanging out with us on Chaz Media on this Friday night. Very special presentation brought to you by our friends at Alliance Bank. Justin, from where we're at now, Allen with a 10-point lead. Do you have an updated final prediction? Not necessarily final score, but just.
I still see Allen coming out on top.
Gotcha.
But if I were them, I'd be worried because I think Nick Cody didn't have very many touches, so he'll be coming out here looking to score more, get more involved in the offense. So
now, do you think already being down double digits, obviously there's plenty of basketball left, but it is starting to get late. Do you think at any point him or Zion kind of start to go into, for lack of a better word, hero ball mode, where you're like really kind of having to force or create your own shots?
I'll start to see that more towards the fourth quarter because 10 points isn't too much of a lead. It seems like large, but it's really not. Just in a matter of minutes, you can have that lead back down to like 4. So
that's true.
I would say that from hero ball, I would wait. I think it would come in the fourth quarter if they're down. But right now, I still think they'd be more team-oriented, just trying to get the right shot.
I will say, if Zion and Nick both were to do that, I mean, they could rack up some points pretty quickly, I would think.
They definitely could. I do think they'll try to target Nick more on the offensive side. I feel like he's gotten very few touches, and most of his touches have been off of offensive rebounds. So, I mean, they're doubling the post, which testament to Allen. They're doing a great job on doubling. I know they got a steal from him on the post early. They did foul him once, but they only fouled him once, gotten a steal. So right now it's 50-50, so we'll see where that goes.
I'm hoping to see more from Arinze, leading the team with 9 points, but I feel like he doesn't have it, 4 or 5 shots maybe.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll get going. The flow of offense also helps that, so.
Yeah. He's made the most of his opportunities so far. Again, leading the way with 9 so far.
Yeah.
And then DJ Thomas, Caden Myers, and Trent Payne each with 6. And it's funny, we mentioned Allen has 4 guys who average double digits per game, and we're definitely on pace for that as well. Those 4 guys are listed right there that very well could finish in double digits. Almost ready to get this second half started. That's a nice crowd here on a Friday night.
Yeah.
This arena rules. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah. What's sad is there's probably a lot more people here than we think, but I'm pretty sure on a recent poll, their gym was like ranked top 25 of size capacity in
I 1000%
Texas.
believe it.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah,
what,
I mean,
like,
if you just took everyone on the upper section over there and put them on the bottom section. That's what? That's with colleges?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
That is wild. Again, the 5 out here to start the second half for Allen. You got Neo Lawrence, Arinze, DJ, Trenton Payne, and Caden Myers. And it will be Newman Smith ball to get the second half started. Double-digit game, but like you said, I mean, that could change pretty quickly.
Interested to see what they're going to come out here with this alignment. If they're going to do a horn screen, elbows play, some kind of action out of these elbows.
Good idea there, but a great read from Arinze. Throw it up. That student section was about to get pretty fired up if they could have pulled that off.
That would have been a big-time play to be coming out of halftime.
I remember once upon a time, Coach Cipolletta team started every game with an alley-oop.
That was probably with Victor.
It was with Day Day.
Oh, it was Day Day.
Uh-huh. Yeah, my first year covering the team was their senior year.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah. Good idea on the drive there. I really thought he was going to take the jumper, but.
Thought he was too. Yeah, that's a foul.
Zion's going to go back to the free throw line.
DJ Thomas, that's his first.
Just the first. I mean, you're the primary big for this team. You're going up against 2 guys who are very good at driving, and that's your first foul. That's pretty impressive.
For sure. Right there, he's out of his dribble. He's pivoting. You want to keep that contact, but as he's going back, you don't want to keep being the reason he is going back. He pushed him a little bit there with his chest. I know you want to be physical, but sometimes you got to be able to just sit there and be on his hip. But if he goes backwards, don't keep going. Just contest. Keep your hands up, contest.
I will say Newman Smith hasn't been overly impressive from the free throw line. Seen either of those go for no harm, no foul. Allen going quickly to the basket. Ooh, big block from Nick Cody. Up there, the unforced turnover.
Yeah.
We've seen some pretty big blocks tonight.
Yeah, been quite a few big-time blocks. Especially Allen had a big one, I know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Trenton Payne,
Huge
I believe,
block.
had a big block. Eric Walls may have had one as well. I'm not sure.
I think there's been a couple. That one was the one in particular, big momentum builder.
Driving baseline, good find.
Want to secure that ball with 2 hands when that pass comes through.
I was waiting for a little pick and roll action, but What we got?
He called a official's timeout.
Gotcha.
Injury.
So of course he'll have to come out, and Antoine Shannon will come
Subbing
in.
in for Caden Myers, number 24.
Obviously, hoping Caden Myers is okay. He seemed like he would have tried to stay in if it were up to him, but
I imagine on that pass he probably hit a finger into someone's body and jammed it a little bit.
it's never a fun feeling.
No, not at all.
Shannon going to come around.
Ooh.
That's a very good, a great design play because it looked like Nick Cody was going to go help, which was going to lead to Thomas having a good look down low.
Yeah. I think that call was a little, I do think it was probably out on Allen right there.
Yeah, it could have gone either way. Zion with a steal. Throws it down. He is fun to watch.
He is. He's very explosive.
Now Newman Smith trying to put the pressure on Allen. Neo with a floater.
A little off.
There's Trent Payne.
With the follow-up. Way to stay with the play. Oh, quick
And the
steal,
steal.
too.
Going to get it back to him. Another good pass.
Good pass.
Arinze for the corner three.
Foul on number 2, Calvin Blue.
Okay.
That is his
Good job on getting the inside position right there and
Yep.
drawing the foul.
For your Eagles, number 4, Caden
You know, you had mentioned
Myers.
needed to do a better job on the defensive rebound, but it seems like we're seeing them do a better job on the offensive rebounding.
They definitely are right now. Newman Smith definitely defensive rebounding. They're allowing Allen to get inside position on him, which is allowing them to get these foul calls and also get the rebounds.
36-26, 6:04 left in the third. Payne to inbound. Gonna get it out to Shannon. I don't know if you know this, but Eric Wall's huge on TikTok. He's got a crazy TikTok following. Corey, do you remember how many followers he had? We'll have to check that out. I mean, it's like thousands and thousands.
Oh, really?
And thousands.
I
Yeah.
knew he played for that Rod Wave Elite,
Uh-huh.
which was, I'd assume, is where he got a lot of those
I
followers
think
from.
so, yeah.
Big following for that AAU team.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, having a huge breakout year this year, I think had a great summer as well, yeah. Antoine Shannon, corner three, no good.
There you go.
86,000 followers. Wow. For three.
I think 25 got away with an illegal screen right there.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, we just looked. It's almost 87,000 followers on TikTok that he has.
That's impressive.
Wild.
Watson.
Payne going to inbound underneath the goal again. A lot of movement here. Oh, good move. Good find. I thought he was going to pull up there. Gabe Jones said, you know what, I got this.
Good take by the big man.
First basket of the night for the junior. And I like that. They were having a hard time getting anything going. He's like, you know what, I got it. How about that? Ooh. If he could have finished that, that would have been nice.
Yes.
And it's just starting to get a little sloppy out here from both teams.
Yeah, that's what don't know. I know Baden's from personal experience were slick. They always felt slick to me, so I don't know if that's what's going on right now. But
Gotcha.
right here, if I'm Allen, I'd calm down. I know that he got, in terms, broke, but
Yeah.
right there, you got to let that go. Next play.
Also, big shout out to producer Corey for not only running what's a very complicated show right now, but also finding me the TikTok follower number, so I appreciate that. 38-26, 4:40 left in the second half. And we'll be right back after this.
Can you hear me? You are not alone. Thousands of others are seeing this. In fact, in the last 90 days, our clients' content has been viewed over 1 million times. Things just like this.
I just wanna see the light.
Social media marketing works, and I can help show you how. I'm Mandy with Chad's Media. Call me today and let's share your message with everyone.
I just wanna see the light.
4:40 left in the third. Allen leads 38-26. Again, starting to get just a little sloppy. Both teams kind of having a hard time catching the ball, passing the ball. It's just getting a little sloppy.
I think that timeout's a good time for both teams to come together, get everything together, talk through it, and now get on the same page and come out of this timeout ready to go.
Speaking of TikTok, this was a big TikTok song that blew up out of nowhere. I know you wouldn't know that, the old man on social media.
Yeah, no. I usually watch comedians on TikTok, so I don't know many songs.
Yeah, I get a lot of that as well. Trying to feed down low to Cody.
Yeah, as you can see, the double teams coming out early.
3, no good. They do save it, though. Little spin. No good, and there's a rebound. 4:20 left in the third, 38-26. Caden Myers going to take it. Antoine Shannon. No good. And Newman Smith gets a long rebound. Eric Walls looks just a little hesitant tonight from deep.
He missed those first two, as you said, and I don't know, sometimes people get worried about their percentages, which worrying about that percentage will mess up your, usually make you scared to shoot it. So kind of got to let that go sometimes and just be able to shoot it. But right there, I thought that was a great play, getting into the paint, making the defense collapse and kicking it out for the open 3.
That being said, I'm not mad at it. I would, if it's one extreme or the other, I'd rather that than selfish ball. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Still 38-26 here. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the scoring to really pick up, and just hasn't quite. Neo in the corner for 3. No good. Going quickly. Throw it up. See, again, just a little sloppy. If he gets that cleanly, he could probably throw the oop to Zahn there. Doesn't matter. He's going to get a 3-point this time. And it's good.
Yep.
Man, he is a baller, the junior from Newman Smith. He can go D1, I feel like.
For sure. He's got the athleticism and the skill set, too.
Yeah,
he postures it up just a little bit.
Deep 3 from Trent Payne, no good. A lot of long rebounds. There goes on again. Oh. And, yeah, that probably is a foul.
Yeah.
You can argue that, but
props to him for contesting, though. Not a lot of people want to jump. They're afraid of getting dunked on. So
especially when you're being – this is live.
That's what I have personal experience with that, actually, this year.
Yeah.
First game back from injury, I got dunked on pretty good. So
really?
Yeah. But can't be afraid to jump because sometimes they'll miss it just like that. Now he's going to go earn it at the free throw line. So
we are going to get a timeout from Allen. I am curious now that, like, you know, this game is being live streamed. You got TikTok and Twitter and everything. Is there any hesitant that's like, I'm not being put on a TikTok. I'm not getting dunked on and letting everyone watch that over and over and over again.
There is, just because I feel like people don't understand that it's part of the game.
Right.
They make it like it's some embarrassing thing, but it happens. It's
right.
Happen
I mean,
to
if
the best
anything, if I wouldn't have been putting in the hustle and the effort, that doesn't happen to begin with.
If you're not trying,
right,
you're not going to get dunked on, which that's not what you want. You want to be trying. You want to be trying to stop them at all costs. So
38-29, 2:57 left here in the third. Selfishly, I would have liked to see that, see him be able to complete the dunk, but
that would have been a big momentum shift.
That
I
would
believe.
have been, yeah.
Because right now they are going on a run. Allen is on a dry streak right now, not able to hit shots. They're getting open looks, but they're not hitting them. So, and Newman Smith is able to get out and go. So they're doing what they want, and it's showing.
See if he has better look at the free throw line this time. He does.
Yep.
Missed both last time, but already gets the first one to go. Bringing it back to an 8-point game.
But I do think Allen is disrupting it in the half court with the trap on Nick Cody.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Throwing him off a little bit. He's not used to having that on him.
Now he gets both to go. Now I think we have moved into like a zone of some sort.
A 2-2-1 is what it appeared to be.
Are they staying in it or they go back to man?
I think they went back to man.
Yeah. foul on Francois. And the third team foul of this quarter. A lot of movement on those inbounds.
Definitely. SIP always has everything for moving for a reason.
And Arenze with a long offensive rebound. Antonio Shannon gets the three to go. That's his first bucket of the night.
That should end the dry spell right there. Hopefully get him momentum.
Back to a double-digit lead. Trying to trap.
Good steal.
Great steal and great heads-up play there.
Yeah. Even though you didn't get the ball.
Right, even though they
it's
get it.
It's not on your end anymore.
100%.
Now, right there, that gamble is very risky, and as you see, he just got a wide-open three. He didn't make it, but they did get the rebound.
Going up for three again, no good. Another long offensive rebound. Back to another corner three. Another offensive rebound. They have gotten a ton of offensive rebounds.
They have. I think there's 3 or 4 in that possession right there.
Yeah, again, this is a team that averages 64 points per game, 60 points per game, with 45 of them being transition, second chance points. And I mean, I definitely see how we get to that point. Zion, that might be the first time he's gone out tonight.
I believe so.
I don't remember him going out anyway.
Yeah, so now we'll see what happens with Nick Cody being in by himself.
Foul on number 3.
Now, just with 152 in the quarter, he could be sitting the rest of the quarter and then going to finish out the fourth quarter. I don't know.
Because I don't know how many fouls he has, but
I don't believe he is in foul trouble or anything.
Okay, I was going to say, I'd imagine it'd be low, if any at all.
10, Keelan Sanders, 2 shots.
Now we're going to see the senior, Keelan Sanders, shoot free throws. They got as close as 7 early in this quarter, but I believe that's the closest they've been. First free throw, no good. Yeah, and again, Cody just getting back on the on the free throw. Second free throw is good. So make it 41,
I think he does that on right now for their press. Okay,
yeah,
so they're in a 1-2-2.
So. Now I wonder if they're just doing that out of free throws apparently.
Maybe.
Arenze, another corner three. It's good. That puts him at 12 on the night. The first Eagle to reach double digits.
Oh,
good
travel.
save. Think so?
I think he tapped that foot a couple times inbounds.
He may have, yeah. Payne drives.
Good take.
Yeah, I think so. You know, you're definitely drawing contact there. Didn't draw the foul, but true contact. Pull up. I would have liked to see him take a shot there. Myself.
I think the shot would have been the smartest option, but I don't know how comfortable he is from 3. So.
Now, we did see him take one earlier, didn't we? Maybe
I think
just
he
the
did.
once.
I think he did, yeah.
I do believe. It wasn't an air
It
ball,
was really
but
deep.
Yeah.
It looked good, but it was to the right.
Yeah.
So.
Just 1 minute left here in the third. Allen leading by 12. I don't think they're going to be in any rush here necessarily.
No. No shot clock. You can do whatever you want right now.
Now, I mean, if you do get a good look, then go for it. But
I can remember running this.
can you? Mm-hmm. Good save there from Nia.
Yes.
Clock down to 22. And Newman Smith might be getting so sick of Nia. Nobody? Okay. That's a washed reference. My bad. 10 seconds left in the frame. All right. Got to go. Straight to the goal.
Good move.
And he does draw the foul. Now, that was very Jalen Brunson-esque in my opinion. That was a good drive.
Very poised, playing with pace. That's how you get to the bucket like that.
Yeah, I don't think they were ready for him to be that explosive maybe. I'm not sure. Just got beat.
And that's what the design of that play is, to make everyone lull, just keep lulling them to sleep, and then finally attacking right when you want to. So
first free throw's good. That gives Neo 4. And that gives Allen a 13-point lead. Second free throw good as well. And through 3 quarters, Allen leads 46-32.
You and our community is what sets Alliance Bank apart. We are community banking. That's why you can find us at nearly every event volunteering, sponsoring, and donating. Alliance Bank has been serving Rockwall County for over 16 years, and with your help, we have grown into the go-to bank for our community. Time to start a new business, time to expand your business, ready for a new home or a like new home, we will be there because that's who we are. Alliance Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
46-32 going into the fourth quarter. Allen leading. So far, still Arinze leading the way, 12 points. Caden Myers, Trent Payne would be next with 8. But I do think we're going to continue to see them share the wealth. I bet we finish with maybe, 3 guys in double digits? 2 or 3.
Good chance. Just going to keep sharing, like you said, share the ball well, get good open looks, let it come through the flow of the offense, and I believe there will be 3 guys in double digits.
Now, do we think we start to see, you almost have to see a more aggressive offense from Newman Smith?
I do think they'll be more aggressive. I just don't know how well they'll be with looking aggressive to attack this defense. Just because the double teams are coming at Nick Cody,
right,
making it hard for him to score, making it hard for him to pass. I wouldn't be surprised if they have something in the works for Zion as well, as coming from a double team standpoint.
And now remember, Zion finished the last minute and a half or 2 minutes on the bench. Yeah. Nick Cody was out there by himself, and now they have flip-flop. Cody's on the bench, Zion out there. I would doubt Cody gets more than a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Deep 3, no good. Good hustle from Arinze, but it is going to be out, I guess.
Allen, you can tell right now, just wants the ball more.
Yeah.
They just want it more. There's 3 guys to Newman's 1.
Yeah, they're definitely not letting their foot off the gas.
No. And you can't. That's how teams will come back into it. So.
Yeah, for sure.
But right here, you don't want to foul. I think he got away with one right there.
Good drive, good find.
Oh,
just couldn't get it to go, and there's a big block.
Yep.
Good pass. Caden Myers for 3. And another offensive rebound. Oh, good spin. I was kind of waiting for that one to. Yeah, and here comes Cody. He didn't even get a full minute.
It's where they're rotating him and Zion out. I don't.
Yeah, that's true. He's staying right there on the end of the bench, though. So.
Yeah.
Good hustle. That almost, if that gets to Cody, there's no telling how that possession ends. But
yeah.
Good drive.
That possession would have ended in 2 points or free throws.
Yeah, 100%. I think we may have seen a pretty big dunk.
Yeah.
So Antonio Shannon, the junior, going to shoot a pair of free throws. He's got 3 points so far.
Props to Allen. They just keep attacking. That's what's getting them in foul trouble. They keep attacking in the glass, making it hard for Newman to break out in their transition, doing what they want and what they're good at.
That was his 3rd personal, 2nd team foul. On the line, number 11, Antonio Shannon made the first one. He's got 1 more.
Antonio Shannon, a 91% free throw shooter this year. DJ Thomas going to get a break, Gabe. Jones coming in for him. And, of course, announcer's curse.
Yep.
I talk about how a 91% free throw shooter. That's my bad, Antonio. Was halfway expecting Zion to come in at this dead ball, but
yeah,
not going to.
First team foul
If I'm Allen, I'm making Cody dribble the ball up the length of the floor, just due to the size difference in the guys and having guys who are quick-handed up here in the backcourt. So.
Good find. Back to him. Could have gone back to him for the open three. Another offensive board. Finally going to get that one to go. And Allen not slowing down at all. I like going in transition after a make. I like that.
Definitely doesn't let the defense get settled.
Fair enough.
I do think that pass down there was open, but probably about 3-4 seconds earlier. He waited a little too long.
I think so.
Because he did have him sealed out with Nick on the other block.
So that is the third foul on Antonio Shannon, but just the second team foul of the quarter. Feed to Cody. Good pass. Good drive, and he'll draw.
That's what
the
they're going to
foul.
have to do is because they're trapping from the baseline, from the guy in the corner. So that guy, if he cuts in, it makes it hard for him to get this out here. For that guy playing two, it's going to be hard. He's going to have to crack down, and then this guy's going to get that wide open three on the wing where he can cut, take that guy, and then you got the corner three.
No good on the first free throw. This is Elijah Harrison, a junior. And now Antoine Shannon will come in for Antonio Shannon. Neo checking back in. Trent Payne checking back in as well. So a little bit of a platoon swap.
Yep.
Second free throw for Harrison. Off the back of the rim, no good. They do come up with the rebound, though. Good also there from Twan to get the board. I was waiting for it. It felt like we were getting real close.
Yep. Got to quit dancing sometimes and just go.
It also feels like an eternity compared to how quickly you've been going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
5:54 left. Still a 13-point game, but I feel like if Newman Smith, they're trying to play more aggressively. They're trying, but, and like you said, there is that trap on the baseline. Great effort from Cody just to get the shot off. No good, though.
Don't foul there. Strong step through, just didn't go. Now he's getting the feel of it now. He's actually getting to touch the ball more, so probably see some shots start to fall soon.
And again, Gabe Jones being aggressive, drawing the foul. I'm curious what number foul that is for Cody. I think it was just his first or second.
I would say probably two max.
His first, wow, okay. And I mean, not of lack of trying. They've definitely attacked him, but.
I think if he keeps that other offhand up, I think that's a clean block and it's going the other way.
You think so? Mm-hmm. Gabe Jones with 2 points so far. Gets the first one to go. He is taking his time, huh?
Yes.
He took his sweet time with that. That was almost like a Giannis level of taking your time on the free throw.
I don't think he would have gotten away with that much time, but he was getting close.
48-34. I understand taking your time, but I was just always like, I'm not rushing, but like I don't want to take that much time. I feel like, you know, it's a good little flow. Good find.
Oh, you just got to put that one in the basket right now. You're down too much. I think he got away with the foul right there, too.
I do love the idea from Nick Cody. Good read.
It was a good pass. I just think right there you need to lay the ball in.
Yeah.
You just need your 2 points because you're down 14. That 2 points gets you within 12, gets you a little momentum.
Zion's still on the bench, by the way. Good find.
Yep.
Oh, big block. Huge block from Jannard Toney. Now he's going to go coast to coast, yeah. And he draws the foul.
Really need both of these right here.
Yeah.
That's his 4th personal, 14th foul in the 4th quarter. Going to the line for the Trojans, number 3, Jannard Toney III.
Tom is checking back in now.
There we go.
Set out longer than I thought they would have had him
Yeah,
sit.
100%. He came out right at the 7-minute mark, I believe. Does get the first one to go. Now Caden Myers coming back in for Allen.
And for your Allen Eagles, Caden
And
Myers.
if that is the night for Arinze, he will finish with a team-high 12 points. Of course, still plenty of time to get him back in there, but to make it 48-36. Good kick out. Now Newman Smith coming back this way. Running out of time, just 4:20 left in this one. 48-36, good passes on, driving. That's a little sloppy.
Yep.
Foul number 15, Zion Abigwe. That's his 2nd personal, 15 foul.
Wow, so that was just his second foul as well. It'll be Antoine Shannon to shoot free throws.
2 shots.
Got 4 so far. No good on the first.
Subbing in for the Trojans, number 2, Calvin Blue. And for your Eagles, number 15, DJ Thomas. 1 shot.
So Calvin Blue checking back in for Zion.
Makes you question, is he hurt?
Yeah, I don't know, or maybe just
Trying different lineups out to see what's working.
that, or I think, you know, it's still early in the season. That might be a moment where you're just bringing him to talk to him as a coach, you know. He might not be, you know, in a 13-point game, 4 minutes left. I might not have to win this game, but I can pull him over and talk to him. I'm not really sure.
Another turnover right there. It's like forced. He had the guy open, just overthrew him.
Just 4 minutes of action left here.
If you're Newman, you need to stop here and then a bucket on the other end.
Pass.
Eagle ball.
Going to stay on this side. 3:36 left to go. The feed into DJ.
Good block.
That was a good block. Trying to go quickly. Corner 3. Bang. Calvin Blue gets that one to go. Back to a 10-point game now.
That's what they needed right there in that moment.
Now you got to find a way to force another turnover. Or you could foul. I mean, it's early, but
yeah,
at some point you'd have to start trying to do that. Good pass. Antoine Shannon for 3. And it's good. And that's 4 quick points from him in just the last minute or so.
Yeah.
Nick Cody with another bucket. Two and a half left to go. 52-41. Good drive from K. Miles and a big block from Nick Cody. DJ Thomas comes back up with it, though.
That's one thing. You got to immobilize him somehow with shot fakes or getting into his body. One of the two, because he's too long, too athletic to be trying to shoot the ball over the top of him.
He is. Quite the mismatch we've got here with Neo and Nick Cody guarding Neo. Bit of a size difference there. Good drive, though. Big block again, but they are going to call the foul.
Let's say that's kind of the advantage you want if you're Allen right there, because your guard is quick, fast, and Cody hasn't. I mean, Nick Cody has not proved himself out there on the three-point line yet.
That's true.
And he's been hiding in the, not necessarily hiding in the paint, but he's just been down there blocking shots. Let's see what he can do out here on the perimeter.
That's a good point. Just 1:52 left in this one. Again, I want to thank every single one of y'all for hanging out with us here on Chad's Media on this Friday night. Very special presentation brought to you by Alliance Bank. Big shout out to them. And again, thank you to the entire crew here at Chad's Media tonight. My partner tonight, Justin Haire. We got the producer man, Corey Hankins, Jeremy DeLorge, Chloe Copel, Rick Grace, Chad Copel. It's a fun crew we got tonight. Big thank you to Coach Sip, Coach Manning, Grace McClure for all the scouting and info we've gotten this week.
Stepping in for the Trojans, number 13, Adrian Johnson. Denard Tony III, 1 shot.
See if they can get it back to single digits for the first time in a minute. They do. 52-43, and I mean, now that it is back in single digits, you, I think, do try to press here or try to trap here. If you can't get it, maybe go ahead and foul. I would foul DJ there if it were me.
If I'm Allen, I'm keeping the big out of the ball screen because they're going to probably trap off the ball screen. Try to speed the guard up, get a turnover.
Good find.
Yep.
Almost a huge putback from Gabe Myers. Now Newman Smith's going to go quickly. Good effort there from Cody to keep it. The 3. And just like that, we got a 6-point game.
Momentum swing right there.
We got a 6-point game. And just like that, now I feel silly for saying, hey, I would have fouled there. I mean, you did lose 20 or 30 seconds out of that, but now it's a 6-point game with 1:10 left. If I'm Newman Smith, I'm in this. I still very much have a chance to either force overtime or win this game.
Yeah, and right here, I would definitely focus on blocking out if I'm Allen on the down here on the defensive end, because that's not necessarily, that wasn't an offensive, it was off an offensive rebound, but that kick out came from his dribble into the paint after the offensive rebound. So you're going to keep them out of the paint with that your defense and the box outs.
I got to say, the student section has not lost any interest yet. They're still very much dancing every chance they get. I like that. You gotta keep bringing the intensity from the crowd.
Yep.
Now I feel like we're going to see a much slower approach from Allen here offensively.
I would imagine so. Trying to milk the time off the clock, waste as much time as possible, force them to foul you, put you on the line, or actually get a wide open bucket. So.
Yeah, if it leads to something wide open, go ahead. Yeah. But for the most part, I mean, at some point, I would think pretty quickly, Newman Smith is going to have to foul you.
Yeah. I personally would say no threes unless they're completely wide open.
Even then, I mean, I'm not.
Even then, I wouldn't.
Now, obviously, you do have Antoine Shannon out there, who we very much know can knock down a 3. Really, this whole lineup out there. Yeah. I haven't seen DJ, I don't think, but we've seen a 3 made by, I believe, every other player out there right now.
I believe so. I think even Neo hit one.
Yeah, I think he did.
It was early, though.
He has 5 points tonight. I believe he made a pair of free throws. So, yeah, I think it was a 3 and a couple free throws maybe. Now, when do you foul if you're Newman Smith? Try one more trap. If you don't get it, foul. I don't know. I think you have to go pretty quick.
Yeah.
Trap there.
Ooh, that's where I probably would have ran up with that one guy, forced him to throw it over me.
I mean, there's 40 seconds left. You got to.
There's 3 guys on the ball.
I'm not sure why we haven't yet, if we'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay. So 38.8. That will send Allen to the line, and it's going to be Caden Myers. Caden Myers with 6 points tonight, though he does lead Allen in scoring this season. Caden Myers, a 72% free throw shooter this year. I've got to stop. That's my bad, gang. Any missed free throws can be blamed on me.
And if you're Newman Smith, that's what you're looking for. You want them to miss right here.
My only regret is how much time I let run off the clock.
Yeah.
He started this with 110, I believe.
I do
yeah,
think it was.
And now it's 38.8.
Big
Second one no
here.
good either, and that is huge for Newman Smith. They have a chance to make it a one-score game.
You got Zion in the corner. He should be fresh.
And a good finish. That makes it a 4-point game. 29-7 left to go. Now, obviously, they are going to have to just trap if you don't get the steal foul. Or do you get very picky and choosy on who you send to the free throw line?
I would try to force the ball into person like the big's hands to make, because usually typically bigs aren't your best free throw shooters.
Right.
And we haven't. I don't think we've seen him. Has he shot free throws tonight?
Not that I remember. Let me look up his numbers on the season. A 66% free throw shooter this season. It's not that different from most of this team.
Yeah. So if he has shot tonight, I don't remember it, but if you're, I think Newman Smith, that's who you want to shoot.
I would think so, because like you're saying, just stereotypically, the big is who you would send.
And his legs are probably tired. He's been playing a lot, having to be physical a lot, so you know his legs
physical matchup tonight. Yeah.
So you know his legs are going to be tired. You're going to want him to go up there with that pressure on there, knowing you're only up 4. Just
a couple minutes ago, this was a 13, 14-point game, and 13. I mean you've cut it down to 4 points now.
Now this is what I was expecting, putting Cody up front.
Yep.
Long wingspan, hard to throw the ball in, being active on the ball.
And none of the big guys from Smith are in foul trouble, really. So whoever needs to commit the foul can.
Right there, foul him. Yep, that's who I would have thought.
Now the only thing I would have thought is he's not all the way in the corner, but he's kind of in the corner. I would have thought maybe Nick would also try to come in and trap a little bit, but I don't mind just, don't even let him get the ball out of his hands. If you want to send him to the free throw line, send him to the free throw line. Now we will see how he does from the free throw line.
Because if he gets that out of his hands, there's too many guards on the floor right now who are quick and get the ball up the floor, and, I mean, that's not what they're going to do. They're going to hold it. So we'll see what happens.
First one's up, and it's good. But even if he makes both, it's still a 2-possession game.
Yeah. It's a 2-possession game.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a 3, it was going to be Newman Smith up, but
he does get both to go.
He just gave him a little more cushion.
That's 8 points tonight for DJ. That puts him in a tie for the second most points on the team with Antoine Shannon. Again, Arinze leading the 10. Newman Smith's going to have to go quick.
Yes, very quick.
If you try to shoot a 3 or get to the goal. I would have given it back in the corner there, but
yeah, you need that. You need that 3. You're down 6,
and that might do it. Yeah, Arinze not even going to go. Draw the foul with 8.4 seconds left, and he'll get to add, or he'll get a chance anyway to add to his team high. It's been a fun Friday night, man.
For sure. Good game. It did come down to the wire. Not as high scoring as you said, but I still think defense was very, very good tonight on both sides.
Yeah, I think so as well. This is 2 really fun teams to watch. And again, I think, these are 2 teams that are going to be playing postseason basketball.
For sure.
First one's up, and it is good.
I'm not sure who's in Newman Smith's district, but I know Allen has a pretty tough one, and then the by district is also pretty tough. So be interesting to see how this all unfolds. Basketball, anyone can beat anyone on any day. So
true. And Renze gets the second one to go as well, so he will finish the night with 14 points. And Cody going to pull up from 3. No good. And that will do it by a final score of 56-48. The Allen Eagles get the win. Again, they were led by Renze Ubawicki. He had 14 points. In second were Antoine Shannon and DJ Thomas. They each had 8. So did Trent Payne. So very close to having a number of guys in double digits, but it was a Renze that led the way. Justin, before we get out of here, any final thoughts, man?
I just think Allen looked very good, shared the ball well, very well distributed scoring. As you can tell, there's several guys 8 points right there on the verge of double digits, but Newman Smith, I think they'll be a problem.
I think so as well. I think Zion was a ton of fun to watch. I think Nick Cody was as well. So these were 2 very fun teams to watch. Like you said, 2 teams that are going to be in the postseason and gonna play some good basketball again this year.
Sure.
Justin, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, man. We really appreciate it. We appreciate every single one of y'all for watching, hanging out with us tonight. Thank you so much to Alliance Bank for making all of this possible. On behalf of the entire crew here at Chad's Media, we got Rick Grace, Chloe Copel, Jeremy DeLorge, my partner Justin Haire, the producer man, the man making all of this happen, Corey Hankins. I'm Tyler Lennon. Thank y'all so much.